Welcome to the Sonic Enrichment Center. It is time for TalkRadar. Go fuck yourself.
Hi.
Hi.
TalkRadar 148. Who is that? I'm Christopher Antista.
I'm Michael Raparas.
I am Brett Elston.
And after a year, who is back joining us this time? I'm going to give you a little applause button.
You got an applause button?
Yes. What's that, Saderific?
That was Saderific. Hi, I'm Diana, Michael's wife. And I'm like the only Jew they know. And happy Passover!
What did you bring us?
I brought
I'm going to eat it now.
gefilte fish.
Was it real fish? Ow.
It's carp. Yeah.
All I know of gefilte fish is the outtakes of Rush Hour 2 where
Really?
he cannot seem to understand, Chris Tucker cannot comprehend what gefilte fish is.
I can see how it could be hard for him.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be very big, whatever community he's from. I don't know, Chris Tucker used to, he hasn't been in a non-Rush Hour movie in a decade, I think.
2001 was Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3
He's
was
only been in Rush Hours.
It was like 08 or something, 07 maybe.
Are you complaining about this?
No, but he was great in Fifth Element, right?
No.
You eat right into that microphone, son.
I will.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. What's the significance of the gefilte fish?
I have no idea.
Mm.
I can explain.
Suffering.
I can explain the matzah,
It killed Jesus.
and I can explain the horseradish. I cannot actually explain the
There's a lot of
jellied carp.
horseradish.
Well, today in this podcast, because we're technically starting now and doing something weird, so we can include as much cool shit as possible, we'll be discussing Portal 2 with spoiler-free sound effects and a spoiler-free conversation.
I'm going to read a lot of the angry comments about my Mortal Kombat review.
Mortal Kombat.
Because an 8 means it's terrible. Why would you play?
Everyone knows that.
That's a garbage game.
We got game deals, and we're going to give away stuff in a weird way that probably won't work and result in us giving away stuff to people who don't deserve it. Because I can't deny you people. We got a top 7 this week, and what was it?
The top 7 this week is written by a freelancer for us, and I think the idea is quite sound.
The idea is fine.
The top 7 video games that should be board games. Would make good board games. Does not lend itself well to a podcast discussion.
Not at all.
There's no audio really to grab from this.
So I don't mean to sell it short, but it is very visually interesting. But
Yeah.
you won't be able
If you could see it, I mean.
God, if you could see it. Number 7.
Number 7 is Phoenix Wright as
Clue. Monkey.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Monkey Island becomes the insult sword fighting.
Number 5
becomes apples to apples.
What? Oh, number 5.
Insult sword fighting for number 6. Monkey Island becomes apples to apples.
Sure.
Number 4
Number 5.
Number 5.
is Eternal Darkness becomes Arkham Horror.
Never heard of it.
4
I'd never heard of it, but when I looked it up, it's surprisingly accurate.
These only need one word.
All right, Harvest Moon becomes Agricola.
Uh-huh.
Number 3
Not to be confused with Cherry Agricola. Number 3 is Choo Choo Rocket Mousetrap.
Yeah.
Number 2
Number 2 is Left 4 Dead becomes Zombies.
Never heard of it.
Number 1
Trauma Center is Operation.
I don't mean to undersell this feature. It's just the art is what's cool about it.
Right.
I've never heard of I think half of these.
Yeah,
board
a lot
games.
of Agricola I've never heard of.
And I don't want to spend any time discussing them because we talk about real games.
Arkham Horror,
Real game.
look up number 5, Eternal Darkness and Arkham Horror. I was really surprised reading that, the similarities of those two. It makes a great match, and it made me wish I had played Arkham Horror as a 10-year-old or something. It sounds really cool.
Gavelta Delish.
It's set in. It's set in Lovecraft's own universe. It's
Boring.
pretty cool. Yeah, what a boring place to be.
What we're going to do instead is I wanted to use this as jumping off point to talk about old games, board games, and we have stacking DLC to give away, The Last Hobo King.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign all of you a person on Twitter, and you are playing for them. We are going to play a trivia contest where I'm going to play commercials from old 80s and 90s board games. I would guess all of this aired on Nickelodeon in the time we were probably watching it constantly.
Right.
And you're going to play for a person. Let's say, Diana, 1, 2, or 3?
3.
3. You are playing for GX Gear, and Brett, you are going to play for Smikey.
Smikey. These are people who all responded to you on Twitter.
That's true.
And were entered into this contest.
Michael, you are going to be playing for Shep Attack.
Okay.
Shep Attack. And we have a DLC to give away on both PS3 and 360. Do we want to begin this contest? Are we ready?
Let's do.
Cue the Double Dare music.
I think
You
I need
open
some
me
of the
first.
Manischewitz, actually.
You want some of the Manischewitz?
I feel like that's what he would want me to do.
Let's
he or
pour,
she.
let's pour some
Is this
Chevy.
he with a capital H or a lowercase h?
Let's pour some
There is
Chevy.
no. Well, no, wait. There is a he with capital.
Yeah,
Never
I thought
mind.
so. I thought so.
Never mind.
Wait, where? Where? In the Bibble?
Yeah,
No?
And one of them.
in the Jew Bible.
The Jew Bibble? What's it say in the Jew Bibble about money and Obama not showing a birth certificate? Why did Jews do that? Why did you do that?
Why didn't he predict that?
Did we discuss all that? People kept messaging me because people definitely remember the episode last year that don't be ashamed. This is when the Rugrats episode was airing again, because that's how I'm ashamed to admit it, but most of us learned about Passover. Have you seen the Rugrats episode?
I've
Fucking
heard of it.
Tommy Pickles
I still
as
haven't
Moses.
seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
It was
If
like,
I did, I was a kid and didn't even know
it
what
was
Passover
so heavily,
was. So
heavily promoted. It aired at like 8 o'clock instead of like, I think, what did Nicktoons air at like 11 o'clock on Sundays?
Sunday,
It
something
aired
like
on like a Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Huh.
A
It was
point
that
in
important.
television.
Diana, did you ever encounter any anti-Semiticism when you were growing up?
Yeah.
I was wondering if it still
Yeah.
existed.
Oh yeah.
I think everybody was over it. I thought.
Not over it.
Pretty much like they're over racism.
I know. That's what I meant.
Whoa.
I mean, that's past it.
I'm
isn't
from the
it?
racist South.
I'm not far from it.
Your skin has to be a different color for someone to be racist with. If you're
Right.
white, that's all right. That's what they say. You're Italian, but you're one of the good ones.
Right.
Yeah, but my skin's pretty light, and if they knew, you don't accept Jesus as your personal savior,
Right.
yeah, it's on. Someone's getting strung up tonight. Yeah.
And shouldn't you just feel pity for them instead of getting angry?
That's what you're supposed to
That's
do.
pretty much what I
Maybe?
did, yeah.
Maybe?
Someone would be like, you're a Christ killer. I'd be like, you are so stupid.
You know who killed Christ?
Romans?
We all did. We all did.
Oh, right.
I've heard that cliche a lot, and I don't want any part of it. I had nothing to do with that shit.
I am guilty for
Not
shit
one
that happened
fucking thing.
2,000 years ago.
No.
Actually, I killed Jesus.
I'd rather.
Okay.
I'd rather.
Knew it.
Little
Good.
known fact.
I'm
I
glad
knew
Michael
it.
claimed responsibility for this.
It's
Rewrite the
personally-
Bibles.
Michael did it.
Personally, yes.
What a shot!
I was wondering where you were the other night.
What
Yeah.
a shot!
Hopped in a time machine, went, did it.
Just murdered Christ.
You know, it was on my bucket list.
Killed Jesus.
I'm glad I can say that I've done it.
How did you murder Christ?
Just
Spear destiny.
know
Whatever.
the ironic-
Spear destiny, nails in the cross.
You know how I would kill
I
Christ?
kept with tradition.
I would kill Christ going back in time with expired Easter eggs. That seems so fucking awesome. And maybe cutting up his insides with hard-boiled shells.
Would he know what they were?
Yeah, he's Christ. He's practically nipotent. Okay.
He's multi-nipotent.
Multi-nipotent. Ambinipotent. Sorry, I should just get into the contest. This is a trivia contest because I do love these old board game commercials, and they're constantly stuck in my head.
So do we just
Are you
blurt?
cheating already? No!
Do we just
Shap
blurt?
Attack, you're faulted a point because of Michael.
No, I didn't see
Okay,
it.
everybody's on an even keel. But this was used in the actual article.
So we just blurt it out?
Buzz in by blurting out the answer.
Okay.
Doctor, my belly aches.
Operation.
That Elson, that is absolutely correct. Can I play the little clip of the song that I remember?
Operation. Remove the pieces and collect your fee, but don't touch the sides. Water on the knee.
Yeah, I definitely remember this.
Operation. A rib or two. Operation. I'm the doctor for you.
God, all these songs are forever stuck in my head.
Yeah.
I don't even like these games.
What's weird is that song reminds me of playing Gremlins 2 on NES. I probably watched it and then because it's the same time period, probably.
Having to do all these, I found the formula. Game name, explain what it does.
Game
name,
name.
explain what it does. Children cheer. Game name, explain what it does. Game name, explain what it does. Kid yells, I win.
Yeah, I
Commercial.
win. They all end with, I win!
Commercial.
Right.
Dizzy Dinosaur, nobody wins.
I'm starting you guys off early. Don't you fucking dare start naming off things that I have on this list. Hold yourself. Because I'm starting out easy.
Hungry Hippos.
Jesus.
All right, another point for
think
Elson.
Brett's already got
Smikey,
this
you're looking
tied
really
up.
good.
I watched a
Obviously
lot of
watched-
cartoons.
Yeah, clearly.
Hungry hippos. Whoever gobbles up the most marbles wins. Hungry hippos from Milton
There it
Bradley.
is.
Told ya. All right, are you ready? Everybody these board games have existed beyond just the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Most all of them.
My parents,
Okay.
when I realized my parents, when I was like 8, I noticed my mom still had a Sorry board game from like the 50s or 60s or something.
What did I say about mentioning?
I'm sorry.
But sorry's not on here.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't want to monopolize this conversation, Chris.
Elston! All right, I'm going to fault you a point. Smikey.
What?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, but I do. And
There's excitement going round, there's a party going down.
Skip it. Oh my god.
anybody, there is a key in there somewhere.
There's excitement going round, there's a party going down.
Twister.
Brett Elston on a goddamn. That's that one. Brett Elston on a roll. Smikey, you're looking good, even with Brett's faulted point, which
I'm not accepting the faulted
which
point.
I gave to Diana because she brought gefilte fish. I love the Twister song.
All the colors where it lands, put those
Bass
feet in
guitar.
Yeah, Twister. Your feet and hands go down, but you gotta stay up. It's wicked hot.
Move it to the Twister groove.
Twister from Milton Bradley. It's the hottest game around.
I think that's the bass from Chessmaster.
What's so bizarre about that is that it's a game that existed for decades.
Yeah.
And they're still advertising it in new ways.
Well, they updated it so it's hip and modern for today's youth.
That's very 1990, like
all right,
88.
All I have to say about that, fucking Tootsie Pop. Never changed a goddamn commercial. Mr. Owl always chewed on the third time, and I've never stopped eating Tootsie Pops. And assuming the Indian pointing at the star will get me free lollipops. Never fucking will.
Twister is pretty much the like first base game for junior high kids.
A lot of these are classics, but a lot of these are synonymous with the era. This being one of them.
It's sometime in the future.
Come on, Diana.
Ultimate challenge.
Is it Crossfire?
Michael Rapara! Yes!
I win!
You win!
I could picture it.
I even had Crossfire. I didn't know the
Because I'm surprised you got the build up because the fucking song.
The song is what I remember.
really awesome. Let's hear that.
Yeah. Damn, that's a bass guitar. Jesus. Man, you just said, dude, I finally got a paying gig. I'm gonna write this incredible bass guitar riff for this game called Crossfire.
This is an incredibly
It's
close
about
game.
what kids will do in the future when board games are obsolete and they're gonna fire balls at shit.
This is an incredibly close game.
It shouldn't be.
No, it's not.
Oh, it is. It is.
Okay.
Because you have 2 points. One was defaulted for Diana for backsass, and Michael got one.
For looking at your soundboard.
Thank you. But don't look at that.
I'm not.
right.
I can't see shit from here.
All right, this one. Get ready.
Go for it, red.
Go for it, black. Go
Connect
for
Four.
it.
Diana win.
Final.
3 in a
Wait, I want to hear the rest of this.
Go for one more. Go for it.
Too late.
4.
All those. I remember the song perfectly, with all the little stupid checkers
Go
singing.
for the bottom and go for the top. Watch for the block. Forget it. You stop. Go for the glory. Go for the star. Go for it. I win. Connect
Man, is that
The only
sounds like it's sang by Stan Bush.
He does win.
the only Connect 4 commercial I remember is the one that includes the line "Pretty sneaky, sis."
Oh shit, I do remember that one. This is another. I would guess this hasn't made it over into the modern era. All right, get ready. Don't look, Michael.
Fix that smile, you crocodile. I'm the
Crocodile Dentist.
Red Elston, that is correct. Yes, Crocodile
I
Dentist.
can't believe they said that in the commercial. That's so racist.
teeth, but don't pull the wrong one or he'll snap and you're out. Here's a mouthful of fun, but don't pull the wrong one. I'm the crocodile dentist. I feel so much better. Crocodile dentist.
Crocodile Dentist.
As a fan of dentists and crocodiles,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I believe that was Blanca saying I win.
I talked about this with you, Michael, a long time ago, so I'm hoping you get this one.
Okay.
'Cause I had this fucking game.
Danger lurks on Island. More than a mere board game, it's a
Volcano Island?
three-dimensional
Fire Island?
adventure. Your quest the island.
Volcano Mountain.
Howard, I'll go first. A shortcut.
But it's not so easy.
I know this game, but I don't remember the name.
Your way. And beware, your foes are out to stop you with thundering fireballs.
Fireball Island.
Oh, Brett Elston practically gave it to you. Where's my claim?
Yeah.
There it is.
Which I only know because Charlie
man.
won't stop talking about it.
Brett is almost in the lead.
What the fuck?
Almost.
Why is Charlie talking about Fireball Island?
He loves that shit, man.
Really?
It's such a ridiculous game. We never could play it appropriately because it's no fun that way. Like, just roll the goddamn marbles. Just roll them out of the head.
And it's like, it's one of those games, it's an entire pre-molded thing that can't be flattened or stored anywhere safely, so you just have it out forever.
All right, this is going to get intense.
Is it me? Is it you? Who knows?
Oh, guess who?
Boom, Diana. So I told you we'd excel at this.
Beat me by a split second.
And I love the Guess Who
Guess Who?
song.
Can you guess who? Does your person have a beard? Uh-huh.
You're out of here.
Can you guess who? Do you have a clue? Does your person wear glasses? Yes. I've got.
Me too.
Can you guess who? Not you or you. You're Sam. You win. Let's play again. Can you guess who?
Guess who? Game cards do not actually talk.
Even back then, stupid kids, don't tell your parents.
You had to. Oh, this is a fun one. It's technically the last one.
Don't we have 3 codes to give away anyway?
Shut up.
The first to get their balls in it, but look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth.
Mr. Bucket.
Oh, yes, Mr.
Michael Raparez. I could not get over that shit.
The game's Mr. Bucket. The first to get their balls in it, Mr. Bucket wins, but look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth. Mr. Bucket, the balls pop out of my mouth. I'm Mr. Bucket. My ball is what I'm about. I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run. I'm Mr. Bucket. Mr. Bucket from Milton Bradley.
What? You put your balls in my mouth.
The balls pop out of my mouth.
thing is, I remember giggling at it as a 14-year-old, and I'm laughing hysterically at it as a 30-year-old.
Oh my god, I cannot believe it.
Because there's the added level of like, wait, that means they had a meeting and they had to argue about what to call that game for so long and just call it fucking Mr. Bucket.
That was a hard one to bleep because Mr. Bucket is said every 7 seconds, so is balls. So is your balls, kid.
And just the guy's voice. Put your balls in my mouth. Fuck.
Sorry about that. Tyler's never going to get that, but I'm probably going to end up spamming it in the third segment.
I'm over it. It's okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's exactly how fast you ruin something.
Mm-hmm. That way you don't have to do it next week.
No, Chris, do the king again.
No.
Do Duke Lombardi.
I wish I was
do the king talking to Duke Lombardi.
I wish it was still
Do
funny.
the king doing an impression of Duke Lombardi talking to Mr. Bucket.
No problem.
Rename Duke Lombardi as the king.
All right. All right, it looks like we have an odd three-way tie here. And I really wanted Smikey to get this, but I'm partial to GX Gear and Chap Attack as well. Tiebreaker. Actually, Elston is winning, but I'm going to let Diana and Michael steal this together to award everybody with all 3 prizes.
Okay.
This will work better next time, I promise.
Sure.
This is not a board game,
I feel zero pressure now.
but it's of the era.
Okay.
Just got me gonna get down and go. Don't know how it does it. How's it do it? How's it go? Just got me used to sit down and swing. No motor and no batteries, but something really moves that thing.
I have no idea.
Hold on.
Gotta roll,
The lyrics actually tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah, I just like.
gotta roller racer's got me.
Or did I play
Did
it?
it, but I got it. Roller racer got to me. Roller racer sit skate. Your parents put it together easily. From
I totally believe that.
I've never heard of that thing.
You know what? Everybody's a
I remember
winner.
that.
Chap Attack, Smikey, 1123, GX Gear. You message me, I message you. You tell me if you want PSN or Xbox 360. You get Hobo King DLC thanks to these 3 fine people in this unorganized contest that we did instead of trying to describe art to you for a legitimately good top 7. That's just hard to describe. That is it, right?
Yes.
I believe your balls pop out of my mouth. Do they? Because that implies that they go in, Mr. Bucket. What?
And just so many balls going in and
He
coming
tells you to
out,
do
and
it.
it's just balls everywhere.
All right, when we get back, we are going to discuss eventually game deals, do some community bullshit, Mortal Kombat, and of course Portal.
A lot of time spent talking Mortal Kombat and Portal.
with exclusive Gladys sound effects.
But not
Shit
Portal
bastard,
Combat.
motherfucker, shit bastard, motherfucker, shit bastard.
All right.
Hey, I'm Mark Maron from WTF, and you're listening to TalkRadar at GamesRadar.com.
The iTunes reviews are in.
Twishart says, a wonderfully pungent gaming cluster shard. Kyrian BC says, spawned from the heavens, absolute brilliance on so many levels. Melzul says, pants-crappingly hilarious. And Game Dad says, the constant belching and F-bombs make the podcast feel immature.
Get over here!
TalkRadar for the win.
TalkRadar, bitches.
All of a sudden, I could feel 100% evil come over me.
Whoopee! I'm going to GamesRadar.com, the official website of the internet.
Can you dig it?
I'm Chris Antista.
I'm Michael Raparas. Presumably again.
Yes.
I'm Tyler Wilde, who's just now joining you for the second segment.
That's true.
I'm still Brett Elston.
Guess what happens here?
What?
New releases.
No.
Yes, that's what happens in the second segment.
I don't think anything came out this
In case you
week.
didn't know.
No, nothing.
I thought this is the biggest week we've had in a while.
Yeah, maybe of the year.
Poisonally.
Honestly.
Pretty fucking big.
Poisonally.
I think, was Last Guardian delayed until next year? That happened?
Yes, that happened.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
wait, let me test my...
That makes this week even
since
bigger.
we didn't do a mic check, let me make sure. Yeah, those sound effects are coming through, right?
Yeah.
And related,
Ooh.
the Ico Shadow of the Colossus collection will not be a new release this summer.
What?
It'll be later this year.
And another test. Yes. This is interesting, but not high profile. A 3-pack of XBLA games, including Explosion Man, Limbo, and Trials HD. $30, all awesome fucking games, like really good games.
Yeah. Chris has been playing Explosion Man at home.
Yeah, it was reduced to half price on Xbox Live.
I did find it kind of funny, and the living room's right next to my room, and it's not that I couldn't sleep, but it was like 2 a.m. and Chris was playing a game with Explosion in the name. The speakers turned up.
Really? I'm sorry, brother.
That's okay.
It
was
sorry.
But
guilt.
I wasn't sleeping anyway. So
Oh, the guilt. I know, but I hate that. You stayed up all night. All night the night before doing a video walkthrough of a certain game we will talk about momentarily. And you're like, I didn't sleep last night. I'm going to go to bed early. And I'm like, I'm going to watch Tangled really loud. Is that cool? And you're like,
What'd you think of Tangled?
I liked it. I mean, the songs are...
I thought it was good, but the songs were really bad.
There weren't that many, and they didn't last that long.
That
but,
Mother Knows Best song, I was just driving me up the
that
wall.
one in particular. But Pascal Rules and...
the horse?
No, the horse is pretty great, too. That's
Yeah.
Maximus. But the lizard, the chameleon...
Oh, right. He was all right. He seemed kind of pandering.
Go fuck yourself, Elsa.
Like,
Jesus.
well, we don't have Sebastian
Come on.
anymore. He can't be in every movie.
Get out of here.
Well...
So what do you think now that Disney's officially given up on 2D animation and they're going back to 3D?
They didn't say 2D, but they've given up on princess films, for sure. They will not be going back to princess
Tangled
films.
a princess film?
Yes, that is their last one.
But it made a lot of money, didn't it?
It did. Yeah, that's what's stupid about it is because they announced shit like that. We won't be working on any for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
And like you just said that after but they said that before Tangled did well, but I didn't think it would do very well.
I don't understand that because all that Disney princess shit, the merchandise still flies off the shelf.
Some of it, I can't imagine it's as big as it used to be.
I mean,
I don't know.
Even as recent as, granted I've not worked in retail for many, many years now, but even up to that point, and even my niece, still, everything she wants is Disney princesses.
Yeah.
She has no concept of Disney World or Disneyland at all. She just knows that girls in nice dresses. And I had to put together a nightstand and put fucking, what are the 3 fairies from Cinderella stickers on this thing?
Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather.
There you go.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Had to put stickers of those things all over this fake armoire.
It does.
Anyway.
It does feel weird that, like, I don't know, someone landed on the moon quite a while ago and we're still talking about fucking princesses and shit. But, I guess we haven't gone anywhere with little girl culture in the past.
Hey, pirates. Hello.
500. Yeah.
Cowboys.
Pirates got big.
The notion of cops and robbers. Cops and robbers.
Some things just don't change.
Some things don't change. Some things are just forever cool. And I guess with
that's
ladies,
just the way it is.
That's right. What else came out this week? Who could forget Conduit 2 releasing itself so it can properly, so it can be blinded by everything.
That is the biggest release on the Wii of the next few months.
Why would they put of all weeks? You could have dropped
because none of the big games are coming out on Wii, Brett.
Yeah.
And Conduit 2 is aimed primarily at people whose Wii is their primary system.
Well, I know, but I still wouldn't put it up because many people will have not just a Wii.
Yeah.
And will never pick that game over any of the others.
Yeah, but for those who do just have a Wii, there's nothing for them this week aside from Conduit 2.
So. But I mean, just from like a mindshare purpose, like you're launching, like, do you think Walmart's going to give space to Conduit 2 when the other two games we're going to talk about came out the same time? Like, it's a losing battle.
Yeah, probably.
It's not just who owns what system. It's think about the impact your product has on a shelf. And this week, no one gives a fuck about Conduit.
But I'm sure Michael's right about their rationale.
Seriously, it doesn't have a chance regardless.
They want all these other big games, but they don't have those systems.
Right.
So Conduit 2 is the alternative for them.
I get that for sure, but
and it's just as big because that's our PR line.
The promotion of everything else is making it a huge week for games. So people who go into game stores and their only system is a Wii, Conduit 2. There you is.
Also, have any of you actually played Conduit 2?
No.
It's kind of like console shooter the game almost. It's just like it just cherry picks all these elements from like Resistance and Halo and everything that it likes, and then it's just like, this is the definitive sci-fi shooter for Wii owners.
I'd really like to make a game.
It's what you've been missing for the last 6 years.
I'd really like to make console shooter the game and release it exclusively on PC. Auto aim is everywhere.
Yeah.
Auto aim.
In fact, you don't even have to aim.
The only button on the keyboard is the space bar.
Yes.
Speaking of shooters, I'm not interested in SOCOM 4. SOCOM 4.
Yeah.
It releases with a big plastic stupid thing.
Yeah, you can buy the big plastic stupid thing.
Big plastic stupid thing.
The big plastic stupid thing is actually very impressively designed,
Oh.
but is very kind of clunky to use. Like, it's got all these awesome switches and it's really sturdy. But then I tried playing it in here with our big 3D TV. You point a plastic rifle at a screen for anything longer than a couple minutes, and you're trying to, with this thing tucked under your arm, you're trying to manipulate a very small reticle on screen around with the move. It just gets really tiring and kind of frustrating.
This is the sharpshooter peripheral add-on attachment.
I mean, maybe other people will enjoy that, but it's really not for me. And I gotta say, reviewing that game was like pulling teeth.
Really?
Just because it's like the campaign, somebody pointed out, like, you should have given the campaign a 6 because of all the complaints, but it's not that bad. It's not that good. It's just kind of a bland shooter with a few really good moments, and I just kind of like, after I played it, it's like, I have no opinion of this game. This is going to be a terrible review to write, and that's why it was like a week late. Like everyone else put up their reviews last Tuesday. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to write about this? I have nothing to say.
Everybody has like really boring, nice things to say about it. Actually, if you look at it at a Metacritic glance, like, it's 6 to what?
Boring nice things or boring mean things.
Did the topic shift from Conduit to SOCOM?
Yes. Yeah, you couldn't even tell.
The tone was exactly the same.
Couldn't even tell.
I was trying to look up some quotes on
Conduit 2 is slightly more exciting.
Conduit.
Yeah.
6.
I think that should be the name of this episode.
This game gets score.
What are they? Oh, Europeans. They're fans. Huge fans of the SOCOM series. SOCOM has a lot of fans, and they're just not us.
No, it used to be huge here when SOCOM 1 and 2 were
when
massive.
There were no other. When the console generation was getting introduced to multiplayer shooters, it was good.
Well, and
because it had the broadband support for PS2.
Yeah, that's true. But the campaign is very meh, but then the multiplayer is very good, and I think people who enjoy SOCOM will enjoy this, and everybody else is probably going to hate it.
So for fans of the SOCOM genre,
yes, fans of the SOCOM genre will enjoy it. Other people, it's kind of an acquired taste. You kind of have to have a high tolerance for gritting your teeth and dying a lot.
A cliched shooter is an acquired taste.
It's not really cliched.
Right.
It's so much as it's generic.
Yeah, I'm bashing.
It's just realistic military shooter.
I withdraw that.
All right.
Thank you, Ricky Porras.
Let's see that you do.
I'm going to release that after console shooter the game.
Right.
Because you were going to duck out to avoid any spoilers for a certain game and to pick up our special guest who will introduce herself in the first. This is confusing again. I know, but like you were saying you played like every new release this week.
Yeah, pretty
worth
much.
talking about. Because it looked like a really big fucking week. What else came out?
Final Fantasy IV: The Complete Collection.
Oh yeah.
That was not the sound effect I expected.
That sounds like Genesis Mortal Kombat. God, I love that.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat came out.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. You want to talk about
Final Fantasy IV Complete Collection came out. It's a very pretty 2D remake of Final Fantasy IV. It's not the 3D one that the DS got in 08. Just very pretty. Sprites are really high res and nice, and then it has After Years attached at the end, and then a brand new interlude piece that connects the two. I'm going to play it and love every second of it because Final Fantasy IV is my favorite Final Fantasy, one of my favorite games of all time. Yes! Soundtrack, none of that in this one.
Aww.
None of that. It seems like the soundtrack is a new arrangement, or I think you can opt to use the original 16-bit sound as well. So I mean, PSP is slowly becoming just an RPG system for me. Like I've been playing
place where popular Japanese games go to die.
Yeah,
the Go just got discontinued. Finally.
Yeah, and the Go died.
It is no longer a going concern.
It went.
So it goes.
The Go also
misdemeanor.
Also this week, Mortal Kombat.
So yeah, Mortal Kombat came out
now.
Yeah, I gave it an 8, which again somehow inspired the absolute rage of the fucking.
That was so bizarre.
8 is the worst score imaginable.
God damn.
Yes, that was the internet.
Finding out that there are still Mortal Kombat fanboys was so confusing. This has been dead, this battle between Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I thought that was dead a long time ago.
It's like just me saying what I think most of the world takes as a given is that no, Street Fighter is a more technically proficient series and has been and remains. That's not to say Mortal Kombat's bad and that there's no place for it. Mortal Kombat is a lot of fun. I don't know what part about the 8 and me saying this is a lot of fun is not getting through to these morons.
First off, Brett, 8 is a terrible score.
Yeah, I know,
because there are only 3 scores, 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
And 10 is reserved for games that the commenter in question likes.
Yes.
And 8 is reserved for games that are not worth buying.
Yes. Yeah. It's 8 points
What you
from a
don't
0.
understand is that Game Trailer's real review of Mortal Kombat,
the real one,
extensively talked up its value as a tournament play level game and did not even mention Street Fighter because Street Fighter is, as we all know, is terrible.
Broken game.
Yeah, just awful.
The fact that people choose Ken a lot makes Street Fighter a broken game.
Yeah, totally.
In researching the Mortal Kombat stuff for last week, like all that shit, I do think we overlook, or at least neglect, how popular the PS2, Xbox Mortal Kombats were. Like, a lot of our readers grew up playing those as much as we played the original ones.
Those are popular, and the bustling tournament scene that welcomes all fighting games because they would love anything. Shuns those games completely because they are not made for
Mortal
that.
Kombat 4 is like the most fucking tournament play, and nobody would play that in a tournament.
But the consensus on that front is that UMK3 is the most.
But you love like 1, 2, and 3, but those would never be played in tournament level either. But they're still fun to be had.
There's fun, and this one I actually thoroughly enjoyed playing this game.
So many people seem to be enjoying it.
It looks great, sounds great, it does play great. The story mode alone is like 5 or 6 hours of a really well told. Not like great dialogue or anything, but just well constructed and directed retelling of the first 3 games story, which is in itself a very coherent story. It doesn't get crazy yet. Those first 3 games are like this happens, this happens, this happens, and it tells that.
Make
with
an
these,
aside in the review about like it seems like a good Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, I was like, this is as good as a Mortal Kombat, and it even takes cues from the '95 movie. Like there are scenes and lines right out of that movie.
And I can't get over how much Raiden looks like James Remar. I know I've said that like a dozen times around the office, but they haven't heard it yet.
Ajax from the Warriors, people. You know him.
Yeah.
You know him well.
Kano is taken straight out of the movie. Like, Kano was a bald, in MK3 even, he was not, did not look like that. But anyway, Australian dude.
With a beard.
Who's dead now? The actor who played him. He's dead.
What? Already?
He was in the first Pirates of the Caribbean for like 2 scenes, and I was like, "Hey guys, that's Kano." Nobody cared.
You shouldn't talk in a movie, man.
I know. I waited till like a week later. No, I fucking loved it. I thought the story mode was cool. I thought the challenge tower was fun. I actually think that the fact they added a tag mode in for no reason, they didn't have to do that. But like, hey, here's a whole other mode. Now, if you want to think about how teams can interact with each other, you can call in assists. It's a little slice of the Marvel Versus series. That's really cool too. But I still feel like there were just times when I'm like, that priority doesn't make any sense as far as a fighting game goes. And there were times when it didn't seem consistent. Michael, like with that time when you and I tried, I was like Melina's ball versus Raiden's torpedo, and it was like 1 time out of every 10, Melina would get the priority, and every other time Raiden would. And it's like, what? Like, that's not consistent at all. And some characters just seem woefully matched against each other. They're just like the way that the matches line up. Some are very projectile heavy, and if a character doesn't have a good way to get out of that problem from full screen, you can just chip people to death. Now, a lot of characters have great ways to just get by that. That's not a problem. But some of them, you're fucked. Yeah, you're nodding.
We're just talking about we're telepathically communicating about Portal 2.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
All right.
And Shao Kahn is one of the shittiest.
Oh my god! Yeah, all the people who complain about Seth or Galactus, like those are bosses that you can work out a strategy.
Well, Galactus
that doesn't involve spamming the same fucking move over and over.
Galactus is just hit him forever and block when you need to. Like, there's no strategy for Galactus. Like Seth, yes, is a very cheap boss, but when I lose, I get why. Like, it's cheap, but I still get it. With Shao Kahn, it's just sometimes his moves have armor, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you'll hit him and he'll react, he'll stagger, sometimes he will not. There's no consistency for when he does and doesn't. He's not using a meter, he's not doing anything. It's just, no, that move this time took an extra hit to get him out of the animation.
Perfect.
He's also reading your moves and jumping the same second you do to do that rising charge.
I will say I don't have as much of a problem with that in the just regular arcade mode as I do with the story mode.
The story mode,
The final battle of which it took me like 2 fucking days of just like hours and hours, just like finally get fucking.
It took me a long time because you have to play as Raiden, and like it eventually just boiled down to a point where no, I have to use this method, which is slog and cheap. And I have to then be cheap and exploit the AI rather than just have a fight and win. But I didn't really hold that against the game. Like, that was like one line. Like, that didn't factor into my score at all. But there's just things about, like, you can't punish with moves very easily. Like, I don't know, just something about it doesn't. It's much more tournament friendly than any other MK, and I think it's the most playable, easily recommendable game. Super violent, like fatalities that actually got a reaction from us.
It's easily the best Mortal Kombat since 2, I think.
And I think, as far as like nostalgia aside, I think it's better than 2. As far as just playing,
I'm just testing
gameplay today. I think it's a great
Chris
game.
is not only uninterested, but he's disrupting the conversation.
we didn't do a sound check. I'm just
so now's a great time for it. Is what you're saying?
And I totally recommend this. I think it's great. But then again, I think the thing about our super reviews is we always have that "is it better than?" where you directly compare them, and just some reviews, some people just absolutely can't handle that. And they're like, why the fuck did you compare this to Marvel vs. Capcom? That game is shit. You're stupid for recommending that. Why? Though not the same at all. It's like, I said that in the paragraph, saying this isn't really.
This game is shit. I'm stupid for recommending it, but this is why it's better.
I said, like, in the comparison, I'm like, look, this isn't a fair comparison, but people might make it because this.
I'm sorry.
This is it. Well, there are combo breakers.
I'm sorry. There are very few 2D fighters in the world right now.
Yeah.
And to say like this isn't anything like this other 2D fighter, it doesn't really hold water. I mean, and to a layman who's just coming in and looking at both games,
that's how they're going to do it.
Yeah, you ask the Onion AV Club reviewers, they're going to be like, "This is the same game. What the fuck?"
Fuck, if I was going to say. But on the topic of combo breakers, like another reason you would compare this to Street Fighter, this liberally borrows from MVC, Street Fighter, and fucking Killer Instinct. They introduced a combo breaker. Guess what it's called?
Breaker. Wait, hold on.
Just breaker. It functions exactly as a combo breaker did in Killer Instinct, which is the only thing the game will ever be remembered for. Street Fighter, they took the concept of an ultra combo, which are the X-ray moves. They also took EX moves from Street Fighter 4, which are called enhanced moves, which also starts with an E.
I got you.
But it has more letters, Brett. It's not the same.
Oh, God, I forgot it's better. It's instantly better. But yeah, this notion that, like, one has to be better. It's like, no, shut the fuck up, everybody. But I did want to read some great...
this notion that one has to be better, but you did say one is better.
Oh, it is. Well, one is, but like I still love both. I think this is. I haven't.
Well, I think what you're saying is just because one's better doesn't mean one's worthless.
One's worthless. Yeah, that's what they take it. Like these fucking idiots online that go crazy. Like, just read some comments out of the review. Just a couple.
Sure.
I'm not going to go full Inception on this. Like, but I know I would.
Battle of jellyfish.
I would have liked to. It's the 8-bit Inception music.
Yes.
All right. So I'll begin.
You don't have to be as dramatic.
All right, I'll begin. This is all caps, by the way.
I see.
This is the most biased review I have ever seen. You all and IGN everybody else gave MK 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5 stars. People need to subscribe to Game Trailers, Hadouken, Giant Bomb 1UP, and Network G4 TV for real ratings that don't take bias-ass IGN and Game Space Radar. They just bogus and can't play fighting games because this game is the best I see so far in all fighting games. And the story is steep. I don't know how many people could say MVC and Street Fighter is betterer than these never are. Fucking losers! MK for life! Mortal Kombat 9 is the best fighting game ever and for 2011. Which I then liked on on Facebook as Games Radar.
That's awesome.
And then he replied to me to Games Radar liking his comment. Thank you, Games Radar, for listening to my comment and agreeing with me because the whole world right now is against the review you and IGN gave Combat. Everyone finds MK is the best game ever because of his content. It would be nice if you all do over the review.
I want to do over the review.
So,
well, to be fair,
if you wonder why I'm going to make fun of you, it's because you bothered to convey yourself with all caps angrily at me. If that's how you want to converse, that's how I will converse back.
Also, your middle name is Capo Familia, which is kind of ridiculous.
I'd like to ask commenters, if you're going to use all caps, just lean like an inch or two away from the microphone.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Next one. The person who wrote this review is a retard.
But seriously, when you comment, an inch or two away from the microphone when you yell like that.
All right. I got it. I got the metaphor.
Sorry. I'm talking to the commenters
my
here.
My throat hurts.
Sometimes they can be...
I was getting sick.
Yeah, Brett got like 5 shades of red.
The person who wrote this review is a retard and a fanboy of the highest order. Seriously, you should go kill yourself. MVC3 and Street Fighter are absolute rubbish fighter. 3 combo button mashing into 100 hit combos in those games. Their graphics sucks balls. What a fucking shit review this is. I recommend everyone to stop reading Games Radar reviews. They must be getting paid by Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom to write the crap that they do. Either way.
We're in the pocket of big World Warrior.
I hope this idiot reviewer dies in a plane crash.
What?
That's how it ends.
Were all of these comments written by Chinese spammers?
Probably.
Also, by Viagra.
Yeah, also, Shoes for King.
Michael got me first. Damn it. I wanted to make the shoe joke.
Shoes for King.
I always want to change that to Shoes Fucking. And then, just long pornographic descriptions of Shoes Fucking.
So, to give some kind of response to those fucking there's more. There's plenty of fucking angry shit all over the place.
All right, there's still more Inception music if you want to do one.
I'm surprised how many people are like, why did you compare this to Street Fighter? It's like, if you ask that, then you weren't alive when they were both ruling everything, and that they're both constantly compared. They will never be separated.
If your primary experience with Mortal Kombat was like the PS2 era games, I can see why you'd say, yeah, these are nothing alike.
Right. I think that's
because it went in a completely different direction.
I think that's absolutely moot given the success of Street Fighter 4. Even if those games never happened, Street Fighter 4 kicked off a renaissance.
It did it again.
Did it again.
Mortal Kombat wouldn't exist.
Doing it again because Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat wouldn't exist without Street Fighter, and the new Mortal Kombat wouldn't exist without Street Fighter 4 doing it all over. And not that doesn't lessen what they did with Mortal Kombat. They took a series that is kind of known for for being a little too silly. It got kind of out of hand. And this really pulls in. It's very serious. It's very graphic, nasty stuff. And the elements that they put in, which are mostly lifted from other games, the EX moves, the combo breaker, the X-ray move is just an ultra combo equivalent.
Not to mention the lightning bolts.
God, that music. So good. Love it. It's a fucking great game, and I feel that warrants an 8, not a 9. An 8 means great.
Mm-hmm.
9 is awesome, and I thought about a 9, but I just decided not to go with that because there were things about the actual mechanics that were just bothering me.
I went with a 9 in OXM, and Brett, I don't hate you for it.
Well, you should.
I should, yes.
Boo, all of
And just like so many, most of the anger on these are all about why did you compare it to Street Fighter? And it's like, if you ask that, I don't even know where to start. Like,
I can't believe it.
I love Street Fighter 4 and 2 and all this shit, but I also love Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. My fandom for that shit is very high, and this is retelling those 3 games. This speaks directly to me, like, and everyone who was in the arcades in the '90s. This is for them, and I don't know, and I felt they did it all right. And the amount of single player content is really impressive. But is it a tournament level game? Fuck you. None of us are going to decide that. The tournament people will decide that over the course of the next year while they dissect that game and figure out how broken or not broken it is. I don't think it's broken at all.
Yeah,
but that's because I'm playing it.
Wade into it. It has to be a tournament level.
No, absolutely it doesn't. I felt I was just getting annoyed on like my basic playing where I'm like, I don't get why this move's hitbox is this wide. It doesn't look like it should be, and I'm sustaining damage, which sets me up to be juggled, which means I'm now being hit. And I'm losing this round because why the fuck did that hitbox? You can do huge amounts of damage in very short amount of time in this Mortal Kombat. You get someone set up in a juggle, and it's just like Marvel vs. Capcom. You can keep them in the air for a long time if you're good at this. That kind of stuff is fine, but if I don't understand why certain moves behave the way they do, and I played this for a long fucking time, that to me hurts. It's like when I want to take it online and play. If I'm playing with friends, I don't give a fuck. If I win or lose, it's just fun. Yeah,
Brett playing with friends.
It's fun. That's fun. But if I'm playing online and want to win,
Babality.
There are babalities. But if I'm playing
They're actually
online,
interesting this time too.
Yeah,
They
they
actually
actually
do things.
Can you kill the babies?
they do things. Like Kratos, when he gets turned into a baby, he tears the head off his little doll.
Yep, I'm ready.
Or Striker fires a full-size gun in the air and it flies away and he cries.
Yay!
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've articulated this enough. I think it's a great game. That's why I got an 8.
You want to hear some Mortal Kombat sound
Yeah,
effects?
yeah. So the story mode. Okay, so this is Johnny Cage in the story mode, and like I said, it retells the first 3 games. So these are all from the very beginning when Johnny Cage is like
Famous actor.
He's still a famous actor in this point. Like he's still like, this is all fake. I'm just here to win a fight. None of this God's lightning crap. This is all special effects, whatever. And so this
$500 sunglasses.
Yeah, asshole. And this is Raiden talking to Johnny Cage.
The Elder Gods created the Mortal Kombat tournament to give Earthrealm a chance to defend itself. But if we lose this time, Shao Kahn will conquer all. Dun dun dun!
Wow.
So he just interrupts Raiden, and but yeah, then there's
I thought that was from the movie.
It's very similar to the movie.
It sounds like something a line in Annihilation.
It's kind of like the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made is the story mode here.
What's that?
So pretty.
He just says that.
I'm so pretty.
That's in the middle of just one of after he wins. I think after he beats Baraka, and then after was there Takeout?
Yeah.
After he beats Baraka, he goes down the line yelling at people, and then he gets to Sonya at the end.
And I'm taking you down, I'm taking you down, I'm taking you out, I'm taking you out, and I'm taking you out for dinner.
But then
Johnny Cage.
The
He's
Barbie,
incorrigible.
after he beats Kano, who's fucking really Australian, he says this.
Throw that on your Barbie, shrimp.
And just the mocap though, like he's acting the facial structure and his hand gestures. He's like he's really trying to think of a good joke, and it felt very honest. Like I don't shrimp.
I really like the hesitation there. It's more subtlety than I would expect from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but also
Never
like
heard those words used together.
the facial, like his expression, where it looks really like fuck. How do I end this shrimp? It's very good
We got one more. We got one more.
What's the last one called?
Scissor.
Scissor.
My producer has got to meet you. We're doing Tommy Scissorfists, and
That's him talking to Baraka when he sees the blades coming out of his hand. I thought Tommy Scissorfist was amusing.
Nah, it is very amusing.
That's all.
But
Talk about Portal.
Not amusing as Portal 2. And we were gonna. Do you have to pick up?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say I thought Stephen Merchant was fucking incredible.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He is fantastic.
You want me to play you a little Stephen Merchant clip?
Play a little
Please
Stephen
do.
Merchant.
Just before you go.
This is early in the
Michael will be
game,
right
so
back.
no
He's going to
big
go get our
spoilers.
special guests.
I'm going to talk about Stephen Merchant first.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. I actually was telling Tyler that he has like one part in The Office, but in Extras, a show I'm not a giant fan of. He's like the greatest character in that show.
Well, if you ever watch the Ricky Gervais show or An Idiot Abroad, he's in those a lot, and he's fantastic just being himself.
And I also noticed that he has kind of a few Ricky Gervais mannerisms, which
he does, especially
which you pick
in
up
this.
on,
Especially in this.
in
It's just
Portal
the
2.
constant prevarication and the very just sort of cowardly. It's like okay, well, I can't do that. Oh no, well,
here we go.
Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage.
I do like that line.
So I was
your phone says that you have to go, doesn't it?
So I was wondering about him and his accent and his delivery, which is almost what I feel like. No, Americans will find this accent and delivery very amusing, and it made me wonder. Like, so in the UK version, did they get some fucking John Wayne sounding stereotypical American? Well, Chell, come on over.
Eddie Griffin is in the UK version.
Or nasally. Oh my god!
But the thing is that I can say this. He's just a ball, basically. He's an AI core, and the expressiveness of it, the way it moves, it complements the voice perfectly.
I was looking at
just kind of constantly blinking and like rolling its eye, and then sort of looking down and looking up at you.
You get to see him close up on occasion, and like he's got. Doesn't have a shutter blink. He has like several shutters that manage to convey, with using a single circle, convey a lot of different emotions.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like a Pixar level of detail, which I was like, I know Pixar does not do licenses. I really wish they'd make a Portal movie
that would be
with GLaDOS and these two guys and the two co-op bots. And
but Tyler Wilde, you reviewed the game.
I am reviewing it right now. As we record this, it'll be up by the time this is live. It's a little bit late because I didn't get the game until Saturday and had to do a big guide.
And had to let me finish the single player.
Yeah, so I played through the single player twice and the co-op once.
And if you don't believe us, there is on my Facebook and Twitter, there is a picture of the movie Tangled with a permanent portal reticle burn-in.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Did you not see that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
We're hoping that goes away, but the reticle's definitely there.
Or either way, maybe we can just trick the IRS in future into like getting you and I getting like a 1080p 3D LED television.
All the D's.
Portal burned a hole in our TV.
Yes, and just so you know, there will be GLaDOS sound effects coming up.
Shit bastard, motherfucker, shit bastard.
But there will be GLaDOS sound effects.
She doesn't actually
I got to that part last night. It was really surprising.
Oh, really? The part.
Here you go, Elson.
Wow.
Yeah, the screen burns.
How the hell did you just sit there?
Tyler played through the single player. I played through the single player. Lizzie came over.
But it's always moving around the screen, isn't it?
No, it's actually centered the entire time.
The rest of the reticle stays in the center, right? Because you're anyway, so that's why it's burned in. Whoops.
Wow.
I don't think a game has been played on that TV that long.
Right.
Ever.
There was a lot of Portal 2 happening, and I don't regret a moment.
I
loved it.
I was surprised to see you go with a 10. Not surprised.
I had a hard time not going with it because the arguments.
Looking at what those idiots are doing on Metacritic, at certain points I was bashing it for not living up to certain expectations. Like I didn't like the fact that it was set in the future and that GLaDOS has been. This is known, right? She's been dead the whole time.
Yeah, she's been.
And so you're in stasis, and so nothing has happened with you two in between. I'm like, no, I wanted to see her like build up something or build resentment. Instead, you essentially meet the moment after you kill her.
Basically, yeah.
And I thought that was very
years
disappointing.
later, you come back. I didn't think that was disappointing at all, and that's kind of the point.
Once I played the whole thing, it's a cool experience.
Well, that's kind of and a lot of this is in the review. I won't rehash all of it. Read the review because I'm writing it like as we record this, so this is all on my mind. But a lot of the things I said is Portal had the element of surprise. It kind of jumped out from behind Half-Life 2, Episode 2, and we didn't know what it was, and it was like, wow. And what Portal did was just kind of drop us into a world with no exposition at all. We had to figure out what we didn't even know. We weren't told that GLaDOS was the
Eat
enemy.
shit and die.
Or that we were... it kind of sounds like GLaDOS, kind of.
It is GLaDOS, I think. I got it from the game.
Right. So we didn't know, really, we just knew we were a test subject being tested, and and then as we moved through Portal, we saw the writing on the wall, like the literal writing on the wall, and we could gather from, GLaDOS's snide remarks of what was going a little bit about this world, but everything was still pretty mysterious, and that was part of the charm of it and part of what made it an awesome storytelling experience. But Portal 2 doesn't have any of those luxuries. Now it's a massive tower of expectations has been built. We all want to know more, and so it has to tell a more explicit story. It has to delve into these characters and tell us more about what Aperture is and what its history is, and it does do that. It can't surprise us in the way we want to be surprised, or else it's not a surprise.
I thought it was unfair because I wanted to know. Well, I think the stupid Half-Life 3 speculation fueled this a little bit. They were gonna somehow cross-pollinate, and I'd be able to figure out what time and place Portal took place, and
well, you didn't see the part where Gordon Freeman delivers a cake.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
They have a party.
I totally saw that part.
Yeah.
I saw that part, and where the companion head crab. I saw that part too.
The companion head crab is. Oh, sorry, did we just spoil that?
But it's just there. It does leave. It not only didn't indicate Half-Life 3 to me at all. I think if there's a reference there at all, I haven't seen it. Other than
there's another reference to Black Mesa, but we all Aperture's already referenced Black Mesa.
It's like Mortal Kombat could have referenced Black Mesa in the same way Portal 2 does.
So my first argument for why I think it is a 10 is that our expectations are unfair.
Yes,
but that doesn't make it a 10. It has to be a great game, and it is. I think it's one of the most refined, and it's still got brilliant storytelling, brilliant dialogue. It's hilarious, but has a certain gravity to it. The only thing I had to say about that is that I think it got too silly sometimes, because the fans now have built up this sort of love of the world, the Aperture kind of world it takes in, and kind of have put a lot of meaning on it. So Valve had to accept some of that meaning and kind of, people really take GLaDOS seriously and want to know what happens to her, and they take Chell seriously and want to know what happens to her. So they had to give the story a little gravity, but then every now and then to lighten the mood, they also have to continue with the humor. But every now and then I felt like they kind of had a big serious moment coming, and then had someone make a really goofy reference, and then it was a little too goofy. But
it's
not the best complaint.
It's best when it's being vague.
Yeah,
and the more I want to know, the more I end up ruining what Portal is.
Kind of,
so that's the only reason I was disappointed.
I feel like we all really expected it to kind of give us more information, but then when we got more information, it was like, oh no, it's not mysterious anymore.
I'm playing is I don't like where it's. I want it to be set in something bigger, but the set pieces in the game are fucking beautiful and unlike anything you ever seen. If you complain about the length of the game, take a look around at what happens and the size of everything. And it justifies its price tag.
That's my second argument, is that a lot of people are complaining $60 and this is not a very long experience, even with the co-op, which the co-op is great too. And my argument for why I still think it's great and deserves a great review is that it is huge, but not in length. It is huge in production, and the set pieces are. You're basically, at least in certain parts of it, you're being propelled through a monolithic laboratory that's being reconstructed by an AI, in real time. The walls are moving, and it's just, the set pieces are fucking massive and amazing, and you will kind of look at it and be a little awestruck sometimes by what's happening around you. And not only that, all the scripted events are so fluid with the gameplay that it's like you're having a conversation with the game, I think is how I put it. It's like, as I solve something, the characters start talking to me, and they're so on point with all of the dialogue and all of the events. And so when GLaDOS does something to fuck with me, it really feels like I'm being fucked with, and I'm like, damn it.
We're spoiler free for the
most part. We're gonna try not to mention anything that wasn't revealed by Valve already. You guys know GLaDOS comes back. You should know that if you've paid attention to the game.
Yes. I love this
because every trailer has her voice in it, and so.
Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person.
We weren't even testing for that.
I love GLaDOS. Yeah, when it starts out, once she sort of comes back, I won't say how that happens, but when she's back, she's pretty pissed at you, which I almost started to feel bad about as I played. Like, she really hates me now. Like, I did kill her, but I didn't have a choice. I was just playing through Portal. I didn't necessarily want to kill her, but yeah, she really...
Eat shit and die.
Oh, that's not the good one.
Oh, before we get into more sound effects like this...
Eat shit and die.
The other, sort of argument I made for the price tag was, sorry, that's the cost of entertainment. Like, I've put down $60 at a lackluster restaurant on a date, and then didn't think twice about it the next day. I wouldn't recommend that restaurant to anyone, but, Portal 2 isn't a bland dish it's a really fucking great experience. And like, yes, it might only last you a weekend, but you can go back to it. And I just like, that's the cost of luxury entertainment right now. If you want to watch 6 movies at $10 a piece,
I don't think people, until they like introduce some kind of time trial, I don't think people are going to be playing the co-op over and over again, but it is what all co-op should be. And it does.
Co-op is fantastic.
Requires you to plug in a fucking mic or talk to somebody. You can't do it without communication. There's even a communication tool for further communication.
I mean, I played it with like Lizzie over the weekend, and we it's
not just the, I don't want to say gears, but like, hey, let's run next to each other and not shoot one another.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's like you do really have to work together. Like Lizzie and I played like until 4 a.m. and only stopped because we were too tired to solve puzzles anymore. But yeah, we were talking to each other back and forth the whole time. We never sat there silently and played, no, go over here. Okay, shit. No, try putting a portal here. It's like, and then the robots are adorable and you can, interact. Like we played split screen. If you were playing online, the interactions make more sense. You can high five each other. You can mess with each other. You can drop a portal underneath, your teammate and fuck with them. And you can taunt GLaDOS through the cameras. Like it really does create a bond with the person you're playing with, which is kind of amazing that a game can do that and does that. It's a great game.
Before we get into sound effects, I want to know what you guys think of the Valve's ARG Potato Sack pre-release thing.
That's interesting. I just read today.
Elson, you've been paying attention to that?
Oh, what?
I read today actually that the indie developers.
I can't pull a Michael. It's wrong if I do it.
What? Did you not pay attention to might Portal 2 release early?
Oh, that over the weekend with the indie game stuff.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was interesting. I read actually today that the indie developers were given free reign to do what they wanted with that. So
so they weren't
apparently some of it wasn't really Valve's idea.
Well, I mean,
I'm sure Valve, I think Valve had to execute the ultimate overall plan.
That's the issue people took with it. It is essentially the first game. Portal 2 is the first game Valve has released since it's held such massive dominance over digital distribution.
I'd say Left 4 Dead 2.
Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead 1.
Right now, they own 70% of digital distribution. So, a majority of people playing Portal 2 on a PC are playing it on Steam. Period. Like, I don't think that may have
everyone.
I don't know if that may have been the case for Left 4 Dead necessarily. Steam just keeps growing.
Yeah.
So, and they do make licensing.
Everyone.
They do make licensing.
I mean, I think almost everyone at least plays Valve games on Steam. I don't know anyone who bought Left 4 Dead any other way, or how they would buy it for PC any other way.
I guess they probably wouldn't release it if people weren't still buying it there.
Never seen a box copy.
Yeah, I've never seen a box copy either. It may not exist. I don't fucking know.
But yeah, I mean, Valve does have total control over how they release their games and doing that.
No, but they have control over these other games. And what I was sort of mad about, like, people were pissed about the game teasing being released early. And I do just a couple people like, well, it released early. Like, it did not release early. 9 o'clock here is midnight on the East Coast. It released at midnight, the same time any midnight launch. It did not release early. Valve, as Evan said in our FAP, they are fucking scientists. They probably knew what it would take to release early. Yeah. So it looked to me like they had no intention of releasing it early.
Kind of looks like that, and I understand how that's disappointing and makes it feel like a marketing gimmick gone wrong or something evil, but I'm like, man, the price you paid was having fun playing indie games all weekend and being a part of something bigger than yourself.
Dupe me into having fun.
Yeah, it's like you got to be a part of something a little bigger than yourself, where they promoted a bunch of, like, some people were saying, like, they used these indie game devs. No, they didn't. You have no idea how happy they were to participate in that and boost the sales on their games, get to put cool Portal content in their game and kind of make the whole community really happy about it. Like, and
I did like it. I wish But since they technically once the clock started ticking down, they just wiped it all away anyway.
Yeah.
People weren't finished. They fudged the numbers.
Yeah.
So why couldn't you have done that a couple hours beforehand and rewarded everybody?
It would have been
and
nice.
I think
but they did end up giving people who participated.
Yeah, well, no, people who got every single potato and all 36 potatoes got the entire Valve set on Steam.
Which is cool.
Which is
but that
sort
was hard
of
to do.
crazy if you think about it.
Yeah.
If you did something right with Nintendo, they gave you all their games.
Yeah.
That
That's-
never fucking happened.
Yeah, that's the kind of magnanimous thing. It's
They
like,
didn't tell you they were going to
no
do
one
that.
else would fucking do that.
But it doesn't cost them 1 cent.
I know, but no one trying to actually Valve is just as no, they're not. They're not.
That's the thing. Is like even
they may
Dan,
not be as golden as everyone seems to think they
Yeah.
are, but anyone trying to be
They are a business.
they're
but
just
they're
as
not
bad as
shady.
they are as bad as no one.
I do think they usually move valiantly.
Yeah, a lot of people made the point if EA did this, we would all be up in arms. And even like Dan Amrich said, I think Valve's ARG is really cool, but if Activision did this, everyone, I'm like, Activision couldn't and wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Activision promoting a bunch of indie games and kind of a cool, fun, interactive ARG to promote the launch of
promoting
their
shit
game.
that it didn't make the lion's share of money off of.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't.
Never.
No, it wouldn't.
Never.
Like,
That
it
would
wouldn't do that.
feed into the LA Eminem Jay-Z concert that they have for fucking Kmart employees.
With the amount of hype around Portal 2, that ARG did not need to happen to promote it. They did it because they thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah,
and
a way to use their celebrity to help someone else.
And yes, it benefited them because every sale of those indie games a little of that money went to them and also helped promote their games. So yes, it was self-serving.
It was cool.
But you can be, if you're self-serving and it helps other people, like it helps fans get cheaper indie games, helps indie developers sell their games, and everyone has fun, then it's kind of, like being selfish is okay if the end result is that everyone kind of benefits.
Everybody benefits.
What can I say? I mean, I'm not like an objectivist. I'm not all Ayn Rand up in here.
No. But I did. There was so much all this crap that watching the ARG. I just watched the ARG closely, and you actually fucking played these things to try and contribute. And
I did.
so, it was.
And I had I had fun.
It was nice to be caught up in it, and that's why I was so disappointed when I saw that you, the jaded games journalologist, were totally caught up in it. You wanted it to happen.
A little caught up in it. I did want it to release early, even though that fucked up my goddamn review schedule, and the review's already late. I wasn't even so worried because I kind of knew that it wasn't going to release more than a few hours early, if at all. I kind of knew that already because I know how the industry works, and I know that Valve is not going to screw over its retail partners or EA, which is its distributor for the console versions. Like, Valve's not going to fuck up its relationship with EA by doing that.
So that's what I wondered. Did they have any intention of releasing the game early? That sort of bothers me.
Maybe not. I don't know if they did. But the point is, like, I got around to a bunch of games. I even, like, I have a press account on Steam, but I bought Amnesia because that wasn't available, and I played it, and I thought it was really cool. And I was like, all these games I wanted to get around to, like, Real Monsters. No, A Reckless Disregard for Gravity. Like, it's like, I just, like this game with a funny name and a weird logo that I'm like, I'll play it sometime. I've heard it's good. I'm like, I finally loaded it up and was like, this is really fun and cool.
I know everybody's going to tell me to
Eat shit and die.
But I do think it's the closest Valve has come to a misstep. Or a PR disaster.
It's perhaps the closest they've come. It's still not a
Did
misstep.
you see me being safe on that?
Yeah.
Like the most outrage there was people going, I know we're all cool with it because it's Valve, but like we would be mad.
Well, there's that story of its user score taking a dive because of all those people scoring it 2s because it's so short.
It is short, yes, but the experience is pretty fucking grand. I think so. Like, look, if you don't want to pay $60 for it, I'm sorry. That's the price of
Eat shit and die.
The amount of work I can see that was put into that game. That's the price of that amount of work right now. That's the fucking way the economy is. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
It's worth it. Relax.
It's averaging a 95 on Metacritic right now. And I just had a weird throwback, and I realized how far we have not come. That the ad on Metacritic on the right, it's an ad for like, oh, this movie's coming out this week, or this thing is happening. Wouldn't you like these Hot Pockets, you fat slob fuck? I like Hot Pockets. Is an ad for Foo Fighters live on Letterman. It's like,
oh, that's because they're owned by CBS.
That, and I'm also like, yeah, because Metacritic is owned by CNET, which is owned by CBS.
To be fair, that's what I would do if I owned CBS.
Oh, I would too, but no, just the idea of Foo Fighters. That's 1995.
I would also increase 2.5 Men to 3. I want 3 men.
On David
3 men on the
Letterman,
show.
who's
Yes.
still
Yes.
doing his fucking show, and he was old 10 years ago.
It's not an issue of old. It's just that he looks over his own. He looks to be over his own show.
Yes, he really did. Well, I remember
gotta
when
do
I
this
was
again? Really?
when I was in high school. He was like,
down.
"I'm going to retire in 2005 or whatever year he said
you're
it
not
was."
the man anymore, Paul. No.
I can't imagine how that must feel as an
It's-
old man. Like, I want to retire, but they offered me more money,
Yeah,
and I have to. Like, I really don't want to.
it's like, well, what kind of lifestyle do you lead? Like, the amount of money he should already have should be enough for any other person to live the rest of their life
But
on.
now he can sow the earth with Letterman's seed and basically build a fucking dynasty franchise.
But imagine how long.
What? I'm just saying. I'm
Because,
talking
like,
about
well,
the
yeah, the thing is that money attracts more money. So the more money you have, the easier it is to get more money.
But it just can't be about money anymore. Then his routine has been doing that
Yes.
show for how fucking long?
Yeah,
That is fucking scary to be like, I'm gonna get up in the morning and not do this show anymore. What?
Just the fucking notion of like how hard it is. This is an old fucking topic, but just like how hard it is for people with less money to fucking survive. Everything is made in this world
ridiculous.
for the more money you have, the easier it is.
Not only to make money, but the cheaper it is to live.
The cheaper it is to live, because like in the case of like the building I live in, we paid for our unit, but we had to get a loan. We could only put so much down.
Yeah.
We owe the rest of that loan. We're going to pay interest
You're
on that
paying
the whole
interest.
time.
Okay.
A rich
Meanwhile,
person.
meanwhile, these people above us.
All right.
Hang on, I'm not done.
No, okay.
I'm not done.
Look,
I'm not done,
Look,
Chris.
the average American can't afford a house, but Obama never showed his gift certificate or birth certificate.
Yeah. That's
So
right.
I think it all balances out.
It does. Socialism. Terror.
Yeah, terror.
Okay.
As well.
Terror.
I'm just saying, can we have an amendment that lets George Bush run again?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'd like.
And Arnold.
3
Together.
terms for Bushes. That's what I want.
Co-super president.
But yeah, they pay straight up cash. Their rich parents, paid for their unit. That's flat money. It's gone. There's no more payment on that.
Is just like Portal 2.
And which is just like Portal 2.
How
So
did
they
we
weren't.
get-
They don't have
how
to
did
pay
we
any
get here?
interest on that ever. Whereas we're willing to pay more than they did for their better house,
Yeah.
for our less nice house, because of the way interest works.
We went from Portal 2 to Letterman to
And another
politics.
thing,
You're not
these
gonna-
fucking.
You're not going to say anything about the Jews because Diana's coming in.
Wow, I was getting ready to.
All right.
Man.
Speaking of that, though, I did have a list of. I meant to get into this during Mortal Kombat.
Can we do that and push it to the third segment? This
All
is
right.
real long.
Okay.
I do want to do that.
All right,
though.
it's 24 pages.
Seriously?
Yeah, I can maybe trim some stuff out of there.
All right, maybe you should go over. I want to go through some Portal clips. Maybe I want to start with a little more Wheatley because I love the
I do
first
love
part.
Wheatley.
This seemed to like this part specifically, and I'm not going to ruin anything. You know it if you heard it. It'll be a case study forever on human behavior in video games.
If you don't want to hear any dialogue from Portal, just skip.
None of it is spoiler.
How far along is this?
None of it is spoiler.
I know, but
This is
part,
early in
it's
the
not
game.
even spoilery though. Like part of this Portal is the dialogue.
Yes,
I know.
But there's so much fucking dialogue. I was telling Tyler like a character told me to go here and I didn't. He or she had so many ways to tell me to go there.
Right.
As I sat there idle that most people will never fucking hear.
Right.
So you are going to hear some. If
You're
you,
gonna hear
if you
30
really don't want to
seconds.
hear any dialogue at all,
This
just
specifically
stop
from
this
the
segment.
opening.
All right.
Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me. Just say yes. Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind. Say apple. Apple. Simple word. Apple. Just say apple. Classic.
This is
Very
you
simple.
denying.
Yeah, me not doing anything.
A-double-P-L-E.
Oh, nice.
Just say apple. Easy word, isn't it? Apple. How would you use it in a sentence? This apple's crunchy, you might say. And I'm not even asking you for the whole sentence, just the word apple.
Wow. God damn, how much
I mean, I could've-
contextual dialogue they'd have to record for that
I
shit.
could have kept going. Like
It's actually
he says
hard to
more.
sit there and do that. I only did that just to see what would
and
happen.
there are other scenarios, many other
Tyler did
scenarios in the game where, if you don't respond or do anything, like actually even before he's asking you to say apple, he asks you to open the door, and if you don't walk toward the door, he'll just keep. No, you're not going to open the door.
Come on,
are you? Come on.
the door.
Just, if you want to open the, and like he never repeats himself, and it's like he might say the same thing like 20 different ways, but he just keeps talking, and they did an awesome job.
I want more Wheatley.
Oh, for God's... They told me that if I ever turned this flashlight on, I would die. They told me that about everything. I mean, I don't even know why they bothered giving me this stuff if they didn't want me to use it. It's pointless.
I did love that part.
Yeah, Wheatley always thinks he's going to die.
And my new favorite character, possibly of the millennium.
Yeah, so
Cave Johnson.
Cave Johnson.
Cave
Some of this
Johnson.
has been talked about by Valve. He is the founder of Aperture,
Yes.
and Valve's already talked about a lot of this.
He's
so
in
if you're
all the trailers.
if you're freaked out about spoilers, we're sorry.
Not a spoiler. It's
Stop
basically
listening right
it
now.
literally is J. Jonah Jameson from the Spider-Man movie.
Yes, it's.
You've heard all this.
I haven't watched anything.
All those trailers of like this.
I've
is
watched
how we
no
do it.
trailer.
Oh come on!
Brett's got
I'm
his
just taking my headphones off.
It's
That's all.
Just a heads up, that coffee we gave you earlier had fluorescent calcium in it so we can track the neuronal activity in your brain. There's a slight chance the calcium could harden and vitrify your frontal lobe. Anyway, don't stress yourself thinking about it. I'm serious. Visualizing the scenario while under stress actually triggers the reaction.
Fucking love J.K. I'm so glad. I'm so glad I saw his dick in Oz.
What?
Well, yeah, true.
That's why I took my headphones off because I do love J.K. Simmons. I love his delivery, and I really don't want to.
Can you please just listen to the Lemons quote?
Yes,
Lemons.
This is awesome.
It's on YouTube.
There's so much dialogue in this. You'll never hear unless you waste all your time.
If it's the one thing you don't you hear out of context, you won't be too upset because there's a lot more.
Yeah.
All right.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Let life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with the lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Was he laughing at the end of that? No.
Almost
Listen.
sounds like it.
When he says "burn your house down" at the end, it sounds like he just started to break character.
Mm-hmm.
Like play the last.
With the lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house.
All right. Here's the Black Mesa reference we all know is leading to Half-Life 3.
Greetings, friend. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing.
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60?
Well, I sure would, but I spend it on Portal 2.
Cave Johnson. Oh, Elsted.
And it was only like hours of entertainment.
Who could forget
by a great
Gladys?
game.
Love Gladys.
Gladys.
Oh,
Who could forget? Who could forget?
There's a new character in there somewhere.
Gladys Blanche.
We had to get that
creepy.
just for Carolyn.
Yeah.
Creepy. I'm going to sneak it into Pokemon Monday. It's not looking.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Well done. In fact, you did so well, I'm going to note this on your file, in the commendation section. Oh, there's lots of room here. Did well. Enough.
Listening to GLaDOS's responses to what you do and her dialogue is a huge part of the entertainment factor, especially early on when, if you played Portal, you kind of know what you're doing, and, you know, it kind of feels like a walk in the park for a little while until the new stuff is
Really
introduced.
fucks with you.
So we didn't want to, like, you know, spoil too much of her jokes because she's awesome. But I do like when she kind of gets the facility running at full steam. We grabbed a clip. It's my favorite GLaDOS line of the entire
Oh, God,
game.
I love this one. This is...
Federal regulations require me to warn you that this next test chamber is looking pretty good. Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good, that's back online.
I did like the line about broken glass.
It's crazy.
Suckers like you should stick to eating the shit out of my ass.
Hey, whoa! What part of the game's that from?
I don't know.
I hope you choke to death on a limp dick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa.
That's
a
pretty
little too
unnecessary.
far.
Well, we should probably wrap it up.
We should wrap it up. This has been a long segment.
Go suck a dick.
And I have to go
Gladys.
finish the review you've already
Gladys.
read.
Gladys. All right.
Can't believe she said that.
Get back. Maybe game deals. Maybe top 7. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't really know what
Top
part of
7
the
game deals.
podcast we're in.
Community.
It's like the segment has gone through a portal and appeared in
Exactly.
the wrong spot.
Oh my god.
Anything else? Then?
Anything else?
Did you make that joke unintentionally?
Didn't.
I can do these now or later.
What are you going to do later?
I've got a list of apparently some people on GAF cracked the let's just say information on the Mortal Kombat disc to find a list of banned words that you cannot use in Mortal Kombat, which I couldn't.
Fascinating.
Go fuck yourself, Brad.
Hey, this is Chris Hardwick, and you're listening to Talk Radar on GamesRadar.com. Yay, you!
Hey!
Yes?
You look like a real asshole!
Well, I am an extremely serious gamer.
He's completely devoid of humor. So what you doing?
Well, my level 80 guild and I were running off to complain about the journalistic credibility of Ars Technica's Naruto review on NeoGAF.
Wrong, Dick! You're listening to Talk Radar! Oh, I'm sorry! You thought you were funny? Well, guess the fuck what?
Amend your fucking review, shit dick. I swear to fucking Christ, I'll jump into that goddamn internet and kick you in the fucking throat.
We ain't no fucking magazine, we got the F word!
Fuck you, I thought it was funny. Fuck you! You know what, you two separate.
Let's fucking... We got hour-long stories about shitting!
Came out like a baby elephant. Didn't hurt a bit.
Talk Radar with a house at Abe Lincoln's bonus bill!
Call it the, Kid Fuckers Hoagie.
Totally awesome video game!
Hey, does anybody want to listen to the rest of this motherfucking podcast?
Yeah!
Hi.
Did you say it wasn't intentionally bad? Hi, everybody. Segment
Yeah,
3.
gefilte fish. Like, didn't we learn that, like, some of this food has to do with the suffering of the Jews? Because that gefilte fish is fucking terrible. And I tried to pull the vegetarian card to not eat it, but it didn't work. And
Yeah, see what you eat.
Yeah, you know what I eat sometimes. Off the record. I do have off the record meals sometimes, and so do you.
A lot more
when it's like 2 a.m. and we've been drinking a lot, and a Subway commercials come on.
Normally Chris's
and it's
meals
like covered with meat. Oh, gotta go do it.
Chris's off the record meals aren't off the record because we all get to hear how they gave him the shits the next day.
All of my meals come with a cotton filter and a head of cappuccino.
No, I do feel vindicated.
All your meals at work.
Yeah.
Like, being a shitty vegetarian gives me the shits.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's okay because I suffer for my sins.
I do it when I'm mad at myself.
Yeah.
And I want to hurt myself. So
I'm
I'm going to have a meatball sub. Fuck you.
Yeah. I mean, we eat like women, Chris. Just admit it.
Oh, God.
I had a tub of ice cream the other day because I was having a bad time, and I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel guilty about it, despite it going right to my thighs. Which I have none of.
I mess it up.
My skinny jeans are falling down because I've lost so much weight. It's like I can't even be a hipster anymore.
Why don't you go eat a salad?
Your balls pop out of my mouth. Is that another?
I'm gonna go shoe shopping with Lizzie. Shut up.
Go fuck yourself, Brad.
Paying attention
I
yet?
was reading this thread.
Buddy!
I was reading an entire thread about Henry in the forums.
So I'm
What's
back or
happening?
not back because I don't know.
Are they not being? We can't
you're
say
back.
it.
Well, I guess you've been here
because he
all
listens
along.
to this. Oh, the Pokemon pictures are in. Yes. Anyway, for
We're
the new
still talking about
Pokemon,
that?
the Pokemon feature.
That's
What's
a thing?
it called?
Ah, yes, it should be up yesterday.
Yeah.
The most disturbing new Pokemon in black and white. We did like a year ago. Tyler Wilde here drew some pictures of the official Pokemon descriptions inside the game.
they're
Can be
terrifying.
some really disturbing shit in there. And it was like, Tyler, you draw this crazy shit and make it even worse.
Yeah.
And he did. But now we've had one of Chris's friends, who's an artiste as well, do the black and white ones. So I have not seen them yet.
I'm excited to see them.
Like, I don't know which one this is, but like,
oh my god,
that's Garbador.
That is scary.
I dig that. Dig that very much.
I can't even tell what's going on.
There will be a description, hopefully.
Yeah, there'll be a description.
Not bad.
I remember, like, when we did the first
Go
edition
fuck yourself, Brad.
of that article.
What is?
Yeah, I don't even remember what they were, but they were for like, kills its mother and like lives in its skull, like
Marowak. It wears the skull of its dead mother.
Like that's.
I thought that was a Cubo.
I thought this was an E-rated game. Jesus,
that's who Joseph
horrific.
Gordon-Levitt is playing in the new Batman.
Oh yes.
No one else is laughing. I guess I did ruin it. All right, let's do some game deals.
Take my advice, do as I say.
What?
Save a little money for a rainy day.
What are you buying?
Pay attention, people. All Sega games are 50% off on Xbox Live. Kind of cool. Sonic 1 and 2, like $5. What?
I don't know how many times even in my adult life I've heard the phrase "all Sega games are 50% off."
Stop! But it's like Afterburner Climax. That's super cool. The Outrun game and
Outrun's good.
And
play it on PS2 instead.
Whatever. It's like it's $5. Like who gives a shit? It's tons of stuff for
coast to coast is fun.
Like $2.5 to $5.50. So I think we can all justify that. Wish I knew about this Toys R Us expert. Toys R Us. A $50 gift card when you buy Mortal Kombat in Portal 2, which I probably would have bought anyway. A $50 fucking
Those are
gift
two
card.
games that I would like to buy in a pack.
Exactly. Portal Kombat.
I bought that shit from Amazon. I only got $30 back. What a fucking jip.
If you had bought it from Steam, you would have got Portal for free.
And
but I got Portal for Steam for free with
PS3.
PS3 version.
There's a lot of discussion about that.
No, Portal 1
because
comes with Portal 2 on Steam.
I see.
People were buying Portal 2 on PS3 on Amazon, getting the $20 gift card, selling the game back to Amazon, getting the PC Steam version for free, and selling the PS3 one back. I don't know if that's still in effect.
I did buy Final Fantasy IV collection off of Amazon, and it's already shipped. And then Carolyn got one in the mail from Square. So, what is Amazon's return policy?
First world games journalist problem.
What is? Can you return things? Where's the Amazon store I
That's
go
like
to?
Zeroth World.
And
word?
I see at Kmart if you buy Portal Kombat, that's a combo. You get a $20 PSN card or a 1,600 point Microsoft point card. And Kmart also has Crysis 2 for $39.99. Amazon has Epic Mickey Collector's Edition for $28. Cheaper than the non-collector's edition.
Which has cartoons on it.
It has 6 more cartoons. It's just a cool Mickey action figure. I don't know. I love the
None
flaw.
of us like cartoons. What are you talking about?
I think action figures being generous.
Cartoons are
That
for
thing is really
babies.
cool.
It's a statue.
Whatever.
It does not move.
Ah, shut the fuck up. All right.
If the number of points of articulation are 0...
So fucking lucky I replaced the fuck off
because
Brett.
it's Disney, okay?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's kind of surprised me, but like Valve doesn't really go. They have T-shirts and stuff, but they don't go crazy with like the external product,
physical products.
Like there's no like I've never seen a fucking GLaDOS like figure.
Well, there's like the Left 4 Dead. There's the plush boomer.
But there's like one. There's a head crab, a boomer, and a companion cube. One for each.
But consider like Japanese like Capcom.
Right.
Like, there's everything.
We bought a stuffed Mario hat. I mean, you don't, buy a real hat or a stuffed Mario. That looks.
He didn't buy it. That came free from Nintendo.
All right,
but like
because he spent $800 on Nintendo products.
For me,
haven't we all?
For me, being a fanboy, Valve was the one company that I'd go nuts for a fucking Gordon Freeman action figure right now and buy it, even if it was $100.
What if they had like Arctic Adventure Gordon Freeman? They only had like the alternate costumes, like with Batman.
Yes.
And you couldn't find an original Gordon Freeman
when
anywhere.
I decided I wanted to get Batman toys, it's like, no, wait, where's just the regular Batman? And like going through all the pegs, and like, there's no regular Batman. It's like fucking Lava Batman and Shark Batman.
This one comes with a zip line with a giant crank attached. For
Executive assistant Batman.
All right, game deals.
Suckers like you should stick to eating the shit out of my ass.
Jesus.
I know Gladys. Really?
Gladys is getting.
She really is
what the
quite
fuck?
foul
Well, I'm
in
glad you
Portal 2.
specified where the shit's coming from.
Yeah.
fuck.
If it was just
Didn't
shit
realize she
laying
had
there.
an ass.
If I was,
Oh, she does. Oh, she does.
Spoiler! You get to see it at the end of
Dude,
Portal 2. Right?
according to
just spoiled
4chan,
it, man.
GLaDOS does
You
have
have to
that.
I'm
shoot.
almost done. Hold
You
on.
have to shoot a portal into GLaDOS' ass. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Buy SOCOM 4 at Best Buy.
No.
And get
If you
Killzone
want.
3 or Little Big Planet 2 for only $20. Caveat: you have to buy SOCOM 4.
Must buy.
And GameStop for like maybe Power members only. I don't. It wasn't clear on this, but it's still kind of cool. Buy 2 get 2 free on GameCube, PS2, and GBA games.
We're a failing company.
Kind of.
Digital distribution is killing us.
Wait, where is that at?
You really
Sorry,
are
what?
wearing your fucking Valve hat tonight.
I am.
Where is that at?
GameStop.
Oh.
I think they're just trying to get rid of their old fucking inventory.
Obviously, but
Well,
like
when
there's,
I
there's
called-
still like the stuff that's usually left there
Oh,
is
God,
either
Mortal
well
Kombat.
really shitty or really cool. Like go get yourself if you have a Wii, go get yourself like Mario Sunshine and Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And then get 2 other games free. That's fine.
That I had to call a GameStop last week looking for Mortal Kombat Deception for GameCube because of that fucking fatality video, a 20-minute fatality video.
The balls pop out of my mouth.
Balls everywhere, mouths nowhere.
Oh wait.
And I had to call and ask for a GameCube Deception, and they were like, you know the new one's coming out, right? I mean, you
Why do you
pre-ordered
want that one?
So I had to drive all over town to find that one because Shao Kahn and Goro were only playable in that version. I had to go the day it's supposed to post and drive and pick up that game and bring it back. And then Michael was landing from an airport from seeing Infamous and Uncharted and all this shit. And I text him, Michael, we don't have a Dreamcast for Mortal Kombat Gold and nobody recorded 4 Gold and I don't know why. Can you go back up to your house an hour away and get those and bring them back? Which will be a 2-hour round trip, and then I'll record the rest of those.
Michael
And then,
loved that.
wait, the video didn't export right, and now Brightcove won't play it, and now it's, I had to stay up till 3, like, every fucking step of the way.
Go fuck yourself, Brett.
People wanted me to tell that story.
But when I joke about like GameStop dying, it's not. I mean, it's Borders out of business. Like fuck, that's
Yeah.
so depressing to see the fucking signs. Everything must go. Like they're selling. Like I bought Chris a Toy Story 2 framed in the
But it's
Borders.
like a stainless steel frame.
Yeah. I bought
It'll
him a
never
piece
break.
of Borders, like one of Borders, like display frames with a Toy Story 2 or 3, sorry, poster in it, and just because I thought it was like
that shit's the exact same size for my motherfucking Bambi replica 1970s
I know, but
poster, man.
I just like it. I never.
Yo,
thought
it's got fucking Bambi and Flower and motherfucking Thumper on a white
motherfucking
background.
Thumper,
It's all-
strangle me.
It's all like Apple iPad-y kind of shit, man. It's fucking
But
beautiful.
shit, just to walk into like Borders.
Yo,
San
Flower's
Francisco.
like my favorite gay character in like in the history of everything. I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know he's gay just because he's called Flower. He
Nah,
could
it's
just be
not that.
effeminate.
He's gay. He's been
I
adopted.
bet
by,
he gets tons of pussy.
He's been adopted like by the gay community, not unlike Joan Rivers. He's.
Hey.
All right, you
Right.
win.
Did that just run to
You
the
win
scene
your
that fast?
fucking move.
I might.
I don't know. Joan Rivers doesn't make me laugh a lot.
But just walking
Go
into
fuck yourself, Brett.
walking into Borders like flagship San Francisco store and taking a piece of it out for $20.
Yeah.
It's like shit. And now Chris is laughing uncontrollably. But
It's just how like, please don't play that again. Like the look on Brett's face when he laughs. Like, just don't play that again.
I don't know if you heard like a while back that GameStop started trying to sell DLC. Like,
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
with like little cards.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
sad. It's so sad. Like you can just buy that on your console right now from home. You know
On
that,
your
right?
console?
On your console.
Because have you been to a Best Buy and you go to the impulse aisle where there's like the cotton candy pills and stuff
Cotton
and
candy
vitamin
pills.
water and there's like
The
all
vitamin candy and the
It's called the checkout line.
it's, whatever that awful impulse that terrible like you get your crybaby
Yeah.
warheads and
now it's like
The
Red
$4
Dead Redemption
DVD.
but now there's like
DLC.
a section of cards to like iTunes gift like
Yeah, it's
iTunes
just a
doesn't need
wall of-
fucking gift certificate. Guitar Hero deal that doesn't need you're printing physical cards that you're losing money.
Yeah. I remember being a kid and watching TV and thinking about the future and thinking, in the future when a commercial plays, I'll just be able to like press a button and just like have it.
And I wish
I can actually do that now, so I don't want to go to your stupid store.
I wish I was smarter so I could write an article about this. The PlayStation Network stuff is all real money, real denominations of money. The Microsoft card was based off of like selling physical cards in stores. Those cards get discounted
It's
and are worth
hilarious.
nothing anywhere else, and means you buy $5 for 2, or you buy,
It's incredibly.
or you
stupid.
buy $20 for 10. It's this stupid.
Anytime I buy one of those, I
that
feel
is
like
another
I'm scamming someone on Craigslist.
economic downfall game deal, I suppose.
Wow. You were too sad to even let the song play.
I know. I'm just too sad in general.
Just sad.
Mr.
Mr. Bucket. I remember Mr. Bucket.
Especially because, like, think at the end of this clip, you hear the sound of a child's balls popping out of a bucket's mouth. Listen closely.
The balls pop out of my mouth.
That was at the beginning.
That was okay.
So is the child teabagging a bucket, and then
Yes.
Yep.
who's pushing the ball? Is Mr. Bucket pushing it out with his mouth, or is the child like putting his finger under his balls?
I think it's
and popping them out himself.
I think he's grifting in that case, because like if you give me, you'll win if my balls pop out of your mouth. But in order to do that, a child's balls have to go in his mouth.
To go in. Well, they go in the top of his head,
and they don't realize. Really? But my mom said nobody. There's not a lot of PSAs telling you not to put your balls in certain mouths.
The point is
none, almost none.
Especially buckets.
I'm going to
Not
stop
more
using
buckets.
Mr. Bucket as my chat room screen name.
bucket full of balls. All right. Sorry.
So Mortal Kombat.
Words.
I want on GAF. They these people. Well, they linked to an article where several people went in and. The thing people do when the game comes out, they just strip the code of the game, and they found out like, oh, there's DLC information on the disc for like DLC costumes that are coming, and just shit that they'll.
You'd think they'd stop putting that there.
You'd think they'd stop doing that because people are going to find it. But it also apparently they found a list of banned words that you can't use in Mortal Kombat, and
use how
and that's what I couldn't figure out. It's
Mortal
like
Kombat, the M-rated game where you tear
Yes.
apart spines, rip
yes.
cage.
And all the women wear bulletproof swimsuits.
Right. I swear I saw there was some X-ray special move specifically that attacked a woman's clit. I swear I saw it. It was with the
a
pole.
woman's clit. Okay.
Well, it was like a crotch shot with a pole, but it happened right into a woman, and just her pelvic bone shattered.
Well, I mean, Jade has the pole. I mean, it hits a guy's junk as well.
Obviously,
they're all
Like,
Ken dolls.
Yeah, Johnny Cage's crotch punch will do the same thing, but yeah, you get like a cutaway of like a sheet of muscle with no detail whatsoever.
They're all Ken dolls.
Then why am I hard?
That's your own problem.
Doesn't make any sense.
You like Ken dolls.
I don't know. It's been hours since that happened. I don't know why it's still hard.
I do. Discovering an orifice is like a treasure.
There's no
hunt.
orifice.
It's a treasure
that's
hunt.
the thing.
Just a solid
They always
spoon.
include one.
Not
They always
until
include
you
one.
make one with a pole.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh, you got it.
Exactly. I'm gonna fuck him between the broken bones.
But apparently,
Yeah.
this list of words, like,
Is somehow.
and I don't know where you could use these. I don't know if it's banned, like if your gamer tag has this in it, or because most of this you couldn't get in a gamer tag or PSN ID anyway.
Word.
But you can create the names of rooms where if you want to create a room on multiplayer, like, hey, everyone come in my room, instead of it being called Netherworld or Reptile's Pit or whatever it's called, you can name it Test or Radar Room or My House or whatever you want to call it. So maybe these are just
Those are.
that's probably not on the
Yeah.
that's probably not on the band's list.
Probably
And
not.
I'm in the A's and I don't see it.
Is that entire sheaf of paper?
Yes, it's 24 pages.
Wow.
I may skip around.
Shit bastard, motherfucker, shit bastard.
Is this something I
Yes,
shouldn't
those are
say right off the top?
Why does why does that simian have to be from Alabama? Like that's not cool.
So it's just starting with a clit, a dick, AIDS,
AIDS.
anal intruder, anal invader, anal licker, anus ass, ass bandit, ass clown, ass face, ass fucker, ass hole, ass load, ass much, ass out, ass packer, ass reamer, ass whacker, ass wipe. This is a Dr. Seuss book at this point. Ass
Dr.
bandit,
Fu-
ass clown, ass crack, assed out. What? Ass fucker.
I do not like green eggs and schmeck.
All right, moving ahead into past the ass. Baby batter, ball breaker, ball buster, baller. What? Balling.
Baller.
Bat shit.
Yeah,
You
if
got
like
something against
basketball, you're
basketball
fucked.
players?
It implies black people.
I know. Bearded clam, bearded taco, biatch, big baller, bimbo bitch bite me, Bluinski. What? Blood fart. Damn it! Blowjob, blow me, blow my pole. I'm skipping around a little.
We don't like you to mess with Bukowski references here. Don't. No. Don't put the color blue in his name. It's weird.
Blue Ball's Blue Ball.
I can't believe it.
Boner.
Yeah, why did Boner crack everybody up?
I don't know.
Funny.
I'm waiting for someone to isolate just me saying boner
because it's so innocuous.
Bull dyke, bullshit, bunghole, butt bandit, butt banger, butt crust, butt pirate.
Just imagining developers sitting around coming up with every iteration of everything bad anyone could say. Well, what could they say about butts? Butts could have crust, couldn't they?
What if I start like a bowl-like room but with an I, and I say like, no, it's a dam that holds back bowls.
Butt dam
in Holland.
Butt buddy, butt pirate, butt plug, camel jockey, camel toe, carpet eater, cherry popper, chink, chode, choad.
Hold on, I have to. I'm going to give you some appropriate.
Mortal Kombat 3. It's the character select screen. Choke my chicken, cocaine, cock jockey, cock knocker, cock smoker, cock sucker, cock teeth.
We're only the C's.
Cock ass, cock ring, jumping ahead, crack spackler.
Wow. Who came up with? I've never heard that one.
Wow.
Cracker, crap face, crap head, crapper.
This is teaching me so many new words.
I know. All right, here we go. Here we go with the cums. Come belch, come belcher, come bubble, come dumpster, come guzzle, come lapper, come liquor, come hither, come sucker.
On Donner and Blitzen.
Yeah, this sounds like fucking.
My mom is going to be so upset about her cum bubble account.
Cunt hair, cunt whisker. D-I-C-K with a space in between each of them.
Sneaky.
D's
cunt whisker.
D's nuts is not acceptable.
D's
Why
nuts.
not?
Which I believe GLaDOS said that in Portal, didn't she?
You got to be wicked
Several
fast.
times.
I thought she did. I can't find it now. Did you hear her say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
D's nuts. Devil, dick breath.
I hope you
think I've
choked
seen
to
that
death
movie.
on a limp dick.
Dick nose, dick wad, dick weed, dick fiend, dingleberry.
Dingleberry.
Drain the lizard.
Of course.
Wow.
That is
getting specific.
That is vile.
Just the word drugs.
I guess my T-shirt's off limits.
Earning red wings. Eat,
Jesus.
Eat me. Eat my shorts is not allowed.
It's copyrighted.
Not also, do not have a cow while playing Mortal Kombat.
That is an American institution.
A lot of F words that aren't fuck. That I
To see if what a country is banned.
flogging the bishop. Finger fuck, finger banger. Fucker, fuckface, fucking fucknuts. Fuck shit, fudge packer. Fuck you, fuckhead. Gangbang genocide.
Start the sound over.
Harry Watchet wound.
I think Gangbang Genocide is going to be my new band.
Harry Watchet wound? Is that Bugs Bunny's?
Yeah, no Elmer Fudd reference.
Hermaphrodite. Herpes.
Gross.
Homo. I guess they meant homo, but even they misspelled it. Hoochie mama. Hooker. Horse shit. Some people's last name is Hooker. Horse shit. One word and two. Hot beef injection. Jizz muffin.
Had one of
Jizz
those in
sandwich.
Boston. It was crazy.
Jungle bunny.
But Jizzwich is okay.
Lettuce picker.
Lettuce.
Lettuce picker.
What does that mean?
Oh, that's a reference to hippies. Hippie lettuce.
Love canal. LSD.
Some people live in Love Canal.
Tunnel of Love and Left for Dead. Man whore. Mangina. Marijuana. Masturbate. Monkey dick. Monkey humper. Motherfucker.
It's a list of everything I like.
Mud people.
It sounds like my grocery. Sounds like my grocery.
Mud people. Muff diver. Muff. Murder. Nazi. A lot of N-words. A lot of N-words I can't repeat. Peckerhead. Penis breath. Felch?
How about Peckerwood?
Wait, what
is
is
that
fel-
okay?
Is that when you suck cum or blow cum from an asshole?
To felch?
Yeah.
That's when you fuck cum into an asshole and then use a straw to suck it out.
You have to use a straw.
Yes.
I can't use my own lips.
No, it's pretty instrumental. You have to use a straw.
I'm not going to felch.
Poop shoot, poop stain, poontang, pussy juice, pussy with 2 5s instead of S's, no leet puss, pussy pounder, pussy whipped, pussy wiped, raghead, rectal, redneck, rug muncher, sand blanks all down the list, scrubbing the carrot, shit kicker, shit pusher, no kicking or pushing, shit eater, skull fucker, slap the salami, slapping the sausage, slaping the sausage.
You are making me so horny right
I think
now.
rectal redneck sounds like the worst porn ever.
That was Cotton Eye Joe's second single. Spank the Monkey, Sphincter Boy, Suicide, Taint, Tar Baby, Testes, Testicular, Tip Polisher, Tit Fuck, Tit Fucker, Tits, Titty Twister, Titty Towelhead, Transsexual
Titty
Twat.
Towelhead?
Where did that come from?
Titty Towelhead, Private Eye.
What the fuck? Welfare Rat.
That's so racist, but not knowing what it means.
Oh my god.
Poor Wop, Wop Chris.
Oh. What the fuck?
Rapping the Weasel.
Calling this whole podcast.
Bagaskia, back into the seas somehow. Kagare? Just getting the Japanese things I can't say.
This is the 1.2.
Merdoso. This was going to a different language. Yeah. Then it goes into Bin Laden. You can't say Bin Laden.
Ugh.
What?
And then let's end it all with bastard.
I want more.
Nor can you do bastardo.
Aww.
So they've covered other languages. I can't swear.
There's a little bit of other languages in there too.
So we're all done?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, sweet.
This is
Yes, those are things. God.
Bunk Monkey Suicide.
I feel like we just had a George Carlin bit like 100,000 words you can't say in Mortal Kombat.
Skin flute? Was
Skin
that
flute.
foreskin
Skin
involved?
flute. It's a reference to Zamfir. He's very litigious.
Sure.
Let's go with the TalkRadar round 2.
Yeah.
Dude, yes.
Okay.
The sequel?
Everyone's staring at me now.
No, because you wanted to know about Easter.
I was trying to think of what I could say about Passover
No.
that I kind of didn't say before, and I realized, yeah, I covered it because I actually know what Passover is about.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone in America knows what Easter is about.
Jesus is allergic to eggs, so we hide them.
Yeah. And then the kids
And then-
found them,
and then
which
the
is
rabbits opened the cave door, and Jesus left with
Now,
them.
look, the difference between Jews and regular people is that when we say atheists, we really mean it, and we don't. Just because we have a custom, we don't. None of us celebrate Easter.
Yeah.
Easter.
my
The
birthday,
most
as far
I'll
as I
celebrate
know.
Easter. The most I'll celebrate Easter is I'll ride a big wheel down Lombard Hill.
That's a pretty good celebration.
It's a pretty good celebration.
guess.
When you don't have a real religion, you have no real holidays.
But most people have some sort of religion as a kid, right? I mean, didn't you do something for Easter as a kid?
You eat the
Easter
the
baskets.
eggs.
I ate chocolate, which
Okay.
has nothing to do with the suffering of Jesus.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
That's the sweet suffering of Jesus.
But like we're so far beyond that. The Jews don't really
Yeah, I don't
uphold
care.
that they have a religion. They have a people and a culture and a past. But they don't like that guy in the sky. Is that still a thing?
For some people.
Are we still
I mean,
doing
not,
that?
Not really for me. I
Are
guess
we-
it's weird because, like, okay, everyone here, we're all very secular, and I've rejected a different religion than you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but Michael here being, you know, evidence A.
Yeah.
But, you know, I try to hold on to some of the cultural stuff.
I understand though. That I understand.
Which I guess everyone else is, you know, the Christian version of that is like, yay, Cadbury eggs! But
Fucking hell, Cadbury eggs.
So you can't you can't eat those?
The Jewish version is gefilte fish, so I kind of understand why the Christian version stuck.
So this is
sorry.
not an issue because I'm not blaming the brews for this, but my issue with the brews is like, no, we'll never do that. We'll never celebrate that. Whereas as the all-consuming whale of America, we'll eat all the krill we can, and like anything that's
krill.
slightly fun, we'll adopt into our behavior.
Because as a country, we have no culture of our own, so we will
Exactly.
appropriate everyone else's.
It's fun,
Right. Well, but this brings me, besides not understanding, like, what the hell's with an Easter bunny, why isn't it an Easter chicken? Because, like, that's where eggs come from. I've actually been asking people for most of the week,
Jesus
why-
loved chicken.
why don't Christians celebrate Passover? Because Jesus
That's
did.
true.
He
Because,
goes
like,
out of his way to celebrate Passover.
It's weird how religion doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's funny.
Because, like you said, it's about suffering and not fun. I want to.
Wait, Easter week
I want
is
to
fun?
light up the
Holy
ashen
week
fat and
is like
that's a
It isn't for a lot of like my
bundle of sticks.
big pain in the
Bundle of
butt.
sticks.
my girlfriend's family is like Greek Orthodox, and
Oh, boy.
so celebrating Easter for
That's
them
fine.
means going on
They pray to Zeus.
going on like a crazy retreat, like going out into the woods and like something about burning sticks. I don't know, but it doesn't sound fun.
Sticks?
Although she has said that it is fun. but I am
They burn
skeptical.
Styx albums?
Yeah, they do. They do.
That's okay with me then.
It's crazy, and so yeah. I mean, some people do the whole crazy. Okay, I just.
But
I meant the whole very reasonable thing that religious people do, where they spend Easter being bored. In a sermon, and totally reasonable, good idea. But the rest of us are just like, fucking chocolate, cool.
Yes. Mass is really creepy, so I don't do that.
Yeah.
But like the same way I wonder about the brews about not adopting other shit, like I also admire that they don't peddle or pamphlet their religion to anybody else.
That is great.
It's a non-missionary religion.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. If you want to come over, like, we don't need you at all. Like, our religion doesn't survive on you.
And that's like
the
funny.
masses adopting
What bothers me a lot about like
What's the
hardcore
deal
fundamental
with
Christians
religion?
is that
Am I
like
right?
they don't need us either, right? You know, but they still want to make.
But that's
They
know we're
need to
wrong.
tell you the word.
They need to tell you the word because it's capitalistic. It doesn't work unless you're spreading it. Whereas Judaism, like, nah, we're cool.
And I know that
Got
this
it.
is every forum
Did you just say
conversation ever.
Jews
but
aren't capitalists?
No, well,
You just proved how
the religion,
racist you are.
the
Good job,
religion
Rachel.
is capitalistic. As capitalist.
I'm sorry, I can say something bad about Jews if you like. I don't.
Oh, I feel-
Growing up in the racist South, like, there's no. I don't know any. There was no anti-Semitism. Like, I don't have anything. I have
Which
nothing.
is weird because Florida is my people's happy hunting ground.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah,
That's
But
where we go. To,
Florida,
for, Valhalla.
where there's never a draft.
I thought that's where all the cum lappers. And
You're reading off the Mortal Kombat sheet again.
no, you monkey humper.
What?
You are such a PV55Y. And also a
let me
transsexual
Do we have
transvestite
cups
Uncle
for the
Tom.
Chev? Do we have the cups for the Chev?
Oh yeah, we do. We've got it's the exact same bottles as last Talk Seder.
Yeah.
Which,
Manischewitz
if the
Conquer
rest of
Grape.
Judaism is about drinking as much as this is, then I love it, and I want to convert.
Oh, you're supposed to do four glasses of wine before you eat.
Wait, there's like a number specified?
4.
See, that's
And
dope.
it's
Like,
it's
you
also
best be
420.
buzzed before you do this?
It's also 420,
Oh,
so
it
it's
is
going to bring 4
420.
balls. But
And I should say that so I don't
4
sound
bowls was more
insulting. I do respect. I respect the cultural tradition.
That's
just
why
not
my-
when it's rooted in superstition. But it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I guess, but well, you know, I don't respect a lot of religion, except for Jehovah's
I want some
Witnesses.
of
Those
this
guys are
blackberry.
awesome. Mormons, fantastic. What they did with Prop 8, just amazing. I can't believe
Yeah,
people.
yes,
Not
Mormons.
that I agree with it, but the fact that they got it
When
done. Come on, that's
when a religion's founded in our lifetimes and has. He said this is what happened in the past. No, it's not, because we were all still alive then. Like, we were there when it didn't happen.
prove it. I don't have to.
Have you guys seen the billboards? Of
course.
The end is coming.
I believe I mentioned them in
Rapture.
my feature today.
Judgment Day.
Or 2 days
Judgment
ago.
Day. When is it? May what,
21st.
Are they going off the extended Terminator trilogy where Sarah Connor?
Yes, actually they are. That's exactly what they're basing it off of.
Are they really?
May 21st.
The numerology in the Terminator trilogy reveals.
No, I think isn't like this sometime this week Skynet becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
It was actually yesterday.
That's
Oh,
what their
yesterday?
founder is saying.
August of
No.
'97 was when that happened.
No,
if you
Brett,
remember.
that is not based on the current.
No, Cave Johnson said that in his manifesto.
Nobody cares.
It was April 19th, according.
I hope
to,
you choke to death on a limp.
Friend.
D's not, D's not, D's not.
There it is.
But
Why is it so fucking loud? Who messed with my?
Which, by the way, the prior Talk Seder was TalkRadar 95.
So if you want to hear the full us experiencing
being rude to another person.
It's really just
No.
Chris asking me questions that he should know already.
we were really nice.
I really don't
And I
grow up with
appreciate
any
you're
kind of.
learning. You're learning.
No, like
That's
I
good.
probably said this last year, but like when I grew up, this was not even presented in any format at all.
No,
and then when I
neither.
found out, like I was like, I thought Jewish was just a religion. I didn't know it was.
But I grew up as a
fucking
giant
culture.
comedy nerd, and like, why are Jews funny? I want to be Jew. Like as a young boy, actually said that I want to be Jewish and Canadian too. They all seem to be fucking funny.
The answer is
yeah, we
oppression.
are.
No, the answer
answer is
apparently was
oppression.
was skin tone. I lost out there. Sorry,
Am I different?
no, a little bit.
A little bit.
So what's the significance of what we're about to drink here?
The Chev?
The Manischewitz?
I already started drinking it. Is that okay?
Yeah. If you want to
Okay.
drink it, drink it. I think it's. I don't know why there are good kosher wines, but this is like traditional. You know, it's
Better be.
like
Berries.
people's first wine that they drink, and it tastes like grape juice.
It's
A lot of places,
ridiculously sweet.
a lot of places they won't even card you for it. They're just like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
kid, take it.
If you can, it's like when I used to get drunk on St. Ides, where you puke up the same color of what you've consumed.
Mm-hmm.
says 11% alcohol.
Oh, shit. Bottoms up.
It does feel a little like drinking flavored corn syrup, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm not mad about that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
like
actually
it.
sugary
Cool flavor.
vinegar. I think
Oh,
they describe it as
sugary
that.
Getting a definite vinegar Easter egg dye vibe off of this thing.
This is,
Yeah.
this is how my body feels after the
Yeah.
Chevets.
I am dying my tongue.
This is an Ernest commercial now.
Why is that so loud?
We discussed the Jew beanie. But
Yeah.
what do the curls mean?
They're somewhere in probably Leviticus because that's where all the laws are about.
Is that
how-
where it says you don't sleep with gay lepers?
Yeah, where there's something about like you're not supposed to trim your temples, and so you end up with you get the little curls.
What the fuck kind of god?
Is that concerned?
What kind of petty fucking deity are you worshiping?
What's the thing with all the...
You know what? I don't like sideburns.
What kind of petty
I don't like
fucking
gay
deity
people.
are you worshiping?
I
huh?
don't. You know what? Those pigs, disgusting. Do not like them either. None of them. None of them.
What's the thing with growing up? There were a lot of Pentecostal people, and all the girls had to wear ankle-length jean skirts, like jean dresses.
Yeah.
Jean.
Is like denim specified?
Yeah. You know, just like you can't wear mixed fibers or something, and then you can't do
that's in
shorts.
there.
So it's just like
God, I don't like a polycotton blend, man.
I know, it's just
I
like-
would never put that on my people. In
And I'm
fact,
like-
I stipulate against it in the Bible.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I'm
like
God.
even as a 9-year-old that doesn't know shit about shit, and like knows Woodman is useful against Airman, like that's all I fucking know.
I am
and
God.
I'm like,
And now you
why are
find out polyester's a sin.
and I'm like, wait, why are you wearing jean skirts all the time? I don't understand.
Because it's sexy. It implies so much more. Else
Not
than
jean
there's no
skirts,
shaving
not
involved.
jean skirts, and
It's
their
nice
hair,
in the
their hair
ladies.
up because you don't put your hair down.
Yep.
Why is that?
Higher
Why
the
did I
hair,
say
closer
that?
to God.
Is that the truth?
I don't know.
well, gravity is a sin, Chris. You
Me
don't-
bless
I've never
Snooki. No,
really
I'm God
understood
now.
that.
Not stepping on their traditions. You want to do it? That's
Ah,
cool.
this is just-
They didn't push it on me, so it's all cool. I just didn't understand it as a kid.
They probably.
I still
look,
think
I've
is
never
we still
understood
don't
the high hair
understand.
thing. I just don't.
thought I was New Jersey.
You see, like all the polygamists like come out for trials and stuff, and they all have that like giant hair with a braid, but like their bangs are always really, really high.
The bigger it is, the more God likes it.
I want you.
Somewhere that started.
I
Someone
want
came
you to
up
have
with
all
that.
the wives you want. Men, no wives for women. That's ludicrous.
That was silly.
All the wives you want, men. But if they're dressed sexy, I will come the fuck down on you. I am God. I am God. You know what? You know what else?
What?
I'm God. Anal's okay. That counts as abstinence. Everybody, fuck butts. It's okay. It's okay.
Unless you're creating a room in Mortal Kombat.
It's okay.
Yeah, is everybody fuck butts on there?
Everybody fuck butts. I decreed it because I'm
Yeah, can I trick it and put like a safe word at the beginning of all of them,
Yeah.
like happy rug muncher?
You know what? Use a hole in a sheet. I won't see it.
This looks
It's crazy.
German.
Yeah, there's a lot of languages in this.
PPPC pork poutine.
So do we need do we question of the week, or we?
Yeah.
Do we get through Easter?
Anything else?
Our confusion with
Well,
Easter.
wait,
Sig
yeah.
Heil.
In Western Europe, why do the bells have to
Relevant.
fly to Rome for confession?
To get to the other side.
That's the most that joke has ever made me laugh. Good job, Brett.
I was reading up.
I have no.
I don't even know what that is. What is the?
Yeah, like in France and a lot of Western Europe, the bells fly to Rome.
Fucking bells.
On like Thursday or Friday.
They don't have the
Bunholes.
Easter bunny.
have
They
Easter
have a
bunny.
bell that flies in from Rome and delivers chocolates.
I have an answer.
A bell?
A bell.
Like the Liberty Bell?
Yes.
Yeah, the church bell.
If you're not talking
I
about
learned that from
butt
David
nuggers,
Sedaris.
I don't know what
If anyone's ever read David Sedaris' Me Talk Pretty one day, he actually goes
I
into
have.
detail about that.
Huh.
Yep.
And I forgot about that.
About how he gets yelled at by his French professor for saying the Easter bunny brings chocolates. I'm like, no, it's everybody knows it's a bell that flies in from Rome.
Do they name the bell?
I think it's just a bell. I don't know.
They don't have, they don't have the
bell.
balls to name the bell. Call it the fucking Easter bell for all I care.
the Easter bell.
Capitalize that shit. I need to know it's the,
The
bell that brings me
anthropomorphized
chocolate.
Easter bell.
Because I'm God. Don't question me. I created Easter so that a rabbit would hide eggs and eventually be voiced
What is up?
by Russell Brand. That's why I did it.
That's right.
Because I like Russell
That's
Brand
right.
a lot.
And I hadn't even created Russell Brand.
Had-
Okay.
but I
Very silly.
I knew I'd want to see Arthur again.
What is up with Christians and
I
bells
did.
anyway?
God.
They don't really do much other than go ding.
Ding.
So according
Well,
to
they
Wikipedia,
also go dong.
Okay,
To be fair.
Yes.
according
Yes.
to Wikipedia, Church bells in Netherlands, Belgium, and France are silent as a sign of mourning for 1 or more days before Easter.
That really defeats the purpose of a bell.
This has led to an Easter tradition that says the bells fly out of their steeples to go to Rome, explaining the silence, and return on Easter morning, bringing both colored eggs and hollow chocolate shaped like eggs and rabbits.
And assassins hidden inside of them.
Well, that sounds like fun.
You really want the answer to that question?
Gotta
Diana?
tell you, since I'm playing God,
Yeah, I
I can
do.
do a lot of things.
You
I
don't
changed
wanna
that
know
wiki
where a
entry.
bell hides
That was
is.
me. I
Well, there's
did
only
that.
I thought
one
God was
place.
James Mason.
James Mason. Yes, the names of the bells.
God is so serious about bells.
That sounds like a fun tradition. I can imagine waking up as a young age and hearing the bells and being like, "Oh, they're back," and then
There's
chip
chocolate.
cheerio.
Also, I haven't looked at the church in the last 3 days, so, you know.
Not on a Thursday, Michael. I don't look nothing.
Okay, good point.
Nothing.
Just keep your eyes down, Cash. Nobody's
that
going to tell
shit
you to
is-
look at shit.
That shit is Thor's Day. I think about hammers all day.
Nothing says devout like a cacophony of dog in your ear.
Now you could hit a bell with a hammer, but I'm not going to think about that.
So we've got balls in your mouth
Balls in your mouth.
and dong in your ear.
Dong in your ear.
Balls in your mouth, ass packer in your biatch, and all
shit.
over your cock tease, cock smoker, choke my chicken, cum belch.
Cum belch. Oh my god.
Just the
I
notion.
could have sworn I saw Charlie Barrett have one of those the other day.
Oh, you did.
At
Really
his desk.
did.
I heard it from behind me.
I did. It's a giant cum bubble. He looked like a 1980s anime character sleeping.
And then he got
So it
the
came out of his nose, is what you're
And
saying.
then he got the big
I was
vein in his
confused.
forehead. He's embarrassed.
Charlie is so a one-way pipe cleaner.
Tell me more about
Charlie.
one-way pipe
Tell
cleaner.
me more about
It says
Charlie.
right there,
there.
one-way pipe cleaner.
What does that fucking mean?
I gotta know more about
What?
Charlie.
I don't know, because when I have sex, I go 2 ways, but I have to come back out eventually, don't I?
Yeah,
I'll put the finger anywhere
just
you
gonna
want.
stay there.
They just put everything from Urban Dictionary on here.
I think so. It's the entire Urban Dictionary.
They should have put fucking Marvel onomatopoeia in there, like thwip and snick.
Did you see like
If
that?
only Henry were here to
that
laugh at
article where about
Shut up,
I
Doom
got
Coon.
it, Brett.
about how Amanaguchi got their name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking retarded. Like I
How
can't
did they
believe
get their
that's-
name? I don't know this.
Like they're all fashion designers who worked at Prada, Armani,
Well, they
Armani and
interned.
Gucci.
They were
interned.
all
They interned.
interns at Prada, Armani, and Gucci.
That's kind of
And
awesome.
then-
When they'd go out, people would refer to them as the Prada, Armani, Gucci boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that
Armani.
eventually just kind of deteriorated into Anamana
I
Gucci.
have
really
less in
thought they
common
would-
with them than I thought.
I really thought there was some like developer's name I didn't know, and I'd someday discover. Like, well, yeah, he made Cobra Triangle. Surprised you didn't know. that.
Again with the Krober triangle.
Takashi
He was a
Yamaguchi.
year old when it came out, Christopher.
I'm sorry.
That accent started one
I
way,
wasn't
and
paying-
now it's slowly turning into Dr. Girlfriend.
Stop it! Don't expose
Oh,
my
wow.
secrets.
Oh, hey, I got the page full of Italian.
I think Diana should read it, at least a few.
Fanculo, fica, figa, finocchio, futata, fotati. That's
I don't know when to be
multiple.
offended. I'm confused.
Futata, I'm starving.
Inculare.
Inculare.
Oh, actually, I know this one. Coglione. I know that one.
That's
Balls.
Marlon Brando, right?
No.
Yes, it's Marlon Brando.
Don Ball.
Madonna?
Madonna.
Madonna. Madonna.
She's very strict.
What if I want to go into Mortal Kombat and go, Madonna, Madonna?
I
Recreate that scene from the birdcage.
What if I am Madonna?
I'm trying to get Diana to read something filthy.
Pedophilia.
In Italian, though.
With
it's
a white,
okay.
but with a white wine next to
It's
it.
okay.
It's very fancy.
We get them drunk on wine first. It's okay. That wasn't an Italian
I'm
accent.
making you a bigger pedophilia with a lot of sauce.
Talk American. I don't
Nope, now I'm into French.
know how I get offended.
Now I got French, yeah.
Freedom, and rename that country.
Merde. Gland.
Gland?
Just gland?
Just gland.
It is the root of all sin.
Yeah. Infuare.
It's a good wrestler.
Well, it's from French, it's, I guess probably say peep, but yeah, P-I-P-E, it's out. Zob?
Stop! We're going to have to bleep
What am I going to kneel before?
Damn it! Oh, God.
Damn it!
Yes!
I was trying to get it out.
I was reaching.
I was like, wait, what's the Superman guy's name?
So
Zod. Kneel before Zod.
I was trying to think about up-ranking him. Like, how does he become a general? He started as Private Zod.
Lieutenant Zod.
Lieutenant Zod. Oh, I'm always getting into trouble.
Lieutenant Zod, USMC.
No, I can't do anything right.
Zod!
No, it doesn't
Don't clean the latrine, Zod!
Oh, shucks, it looks like old Private Zod's peeling potatoes again. Poor old Private Zod.
Wow.
Man, I wish someone would promote me and encase me in glass. Shucks.
Hawkeye is so irreverent toward him. No respect for that guy.
Nothing good ever happens.
Cabron!
Private.
Cagada! Cagado!
Hey!
Cagarse en cago en calamar!
We're gonna have to bleep all of this.
Oh my god.
This is like calamari?
Don't shit in my octopus?
Calienta pollas! Cayo, capullo, caraculo, cateto, cerdo, chacho, chapero, chingado, chorra, chuminada, chumino, chupaculos. Chupaculos?
Chupaculos, that's a myth.
Chupapollas, cojones,
the
come
mythological
mierda.
beast that haunts Wyoming.
Michael just said we cannot.
Come nabos, come pollas. Come pollas?
I know this is
chickens?
Eat chickens?
It has to be something different.
Jesus.
Cornudo.
Chicken choke.
Coño. Without an N, so that's technically wrong. Cretino, desgraciado. Desgraciado? Really?
Little help, Michael.
Disgrace?
I know this is racist, but I feel like an
should be
angry,
ashamed?
disgruntled Telemundo host is quitting on air right now.
Empalmarse, encular, entronchar, estúpido, follar, gilipollas, guarra.
This channel can suck my dick.
Hijo de puta, hijo puta, hostia,
I know
huevos, huevón, hijo.
I only know puta.
Joder, Juliandrón, Jule kinky, lame culos, lame pollas.
This is what all the gang members at my high school called me all 4 years.
I keep hearing chicken and all that.
Now I know that they were being
Mamón,
mean.
maricón, me cago en días.
El Polo Loco.
You shit in days?
And muy importante.
Sorry, I mispronounced that. It's me
Nobody
cago en
thought his
Dios,
father's
which is I
Oh,
shit on God.
That's
shit on-
pretty hard.
Oh dear.
Yo,
Me cago en la
nobody shits
puta,
in
me
God.
cago
But I
en la
like that
puta
they-
de oros.
All right, all
They
right.
like that they wouldn't
Really?
put that in
Me cago-
English though. Like
Me
I
cago
shit
en
on
la
God is
puta
okay.
virgen, I shit on the bitch virgin.
That's okay to say in English.
Bitch
but-
doesn't cago en la Virgen Santa. I shit on the Holy Virgin.
Nah, I gave her $1. What are you going to do with her?
That
And then
bitch
we're
doesn't
getting
put
into
out
the
a
whole-
shit on her.
At sign $$ hole.
Are angry
I didn't know.
Catholic
Where-
phrases
Is that
exclusive to Spanish?
Is that-
Fuck face.
Is that Spanish lead speak?
No, I'm just kind of.
All right, we gotta go. We gotta. What are cool
Swearing in
responses to Mortal
Spanish is
Kombat?
way more creative.
Hell yeah, it is. I love that.
I shit
Makes me
on
feel alive.
They
I'm gonna
really
call
hate
your
Mary.
dad.
I shit on everything.
Shit on your grave.
One-Eyed Goon. Question of the week last week was question 147. Got a favorite Mortal Kombat memory? One-Eyed Goon
That's right, I'm
says
derelict in my duty.
his only
Can you
experience.
say one-eyed goon?
One-Eyed Goon.
In
Can you
Mortal
say
Kombat?
derelict?
I don't think you can.
Estupido.
The G.
One-Eyed Goon. My only experience with a Mortal Kombat game is Deception on PS2. So he's one of those people.
Yeah.
I tried to get through the adventure mode. The game would freeze every time I tried to cross a certain bridge. I think we all know the bridge he's talking about.
One of troubling. I have no.
No one knows. Crysat, Mortal Kombat 2. 7 kids crammed into a room playing on Super Nintendo age 11 to 13. That's how you should be introduced to Mortal Kombat. Nathan Explosion running to the street yelling Mortal Kombat after watching the commercial for the first game and almost getting hit by a UPS truck. Bloody Shadow says he can attribute MK to a lot of his best memories and then goes on and on about them.
It used to be the point of this segment.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. Sorry, we went a little long this week. We indulged.
I don't think I've had more to say or more memories that hasn't even come out yet. It's got me talking to more people I normally wouldn't because I want to know what they think about the new MK. Barely ever got to play with people. Been talking to Brian LeBaron and Rigo Cortez at PAX East was the highlight of my life.
Oh.
So that's a fun story.
Who said that?
That was old Bloody Shadow.
I know Bloody
But we
Shadow.
met him at the old PAX East, and everyone go to PAX Prime.
We weren't the highlight of.
I know, what the fuck. If you're going to be anywhere near PAX Prime, just assume we're going and buy your tickets and plan on going because it's going to be awesome.
We'll probably go. It'll be awesome.
Fucking strangle me!
Strangle me!
My favorite... My,
Strangle me!
Urban cheese!
Playing Sega Genesis version, which Chris has sound effects of, I believe. The blood was incredible. That's Raiden, by the way.
It's Raiden farting.
It sounds like him peeling out on a big wheel.
It could be that, too.
The fucking Genesis version.
That's also what he sounds like when he talks.
Farting green pixels.
The fucking Genesis Mortal Kombat is one of the best shitty games in the world.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. He can't wait to get his hands on the reboot, which I'm sure he's playing right now. Mortified Cow, who can't believe it.
Wait, can I do that?
Cow with a K?
I can't believe it.
The only thing that comes to mind, I was around 7 or 8. I picked up Mortal Kombat as a game, brought it to my dad. He asked me if it was violent. I said no. He still let me get it. I don't remember anything related to playing the game, just that my dad let me get the equivalent of a rated R game, a rated R movie in game form. I didn't turn into a mass murderer because of it. Eat that, Fox News. No means high score. My favorite MK memory comes in the culmination of something that started 18 years ago. That sounds long. In 1993, when I was 8, MK was being ported to consoles. That is correct. I can verify that.
That little boy grew up to be Liu Kang.
Grew up to be no means high score.
Noob Cybot.
Faggotron. I remember watching Mortal Kombat 3 on my cousin's Super Nintendo. I think they were fighting on the pit. They did the fatality, knocking person into spikes. I was scared shitless for a couple of weeks.
He was scared?
Yeah.
Are the computer people going to come out and knock me into a spike?
Spikes are going to follow him home from school.
They're going to walk sideways towards you. And
Man, as a kid who got beat up by spikes at school every day, I can tell you that bullying by spikes is a real thing.
It's no joke.
It's no joke.
He is talking about the dog in Tom and Jerry, though.
Bonesaw is ready for football. When I was playing 4 or 5 of MK1 at a family reunion, I crushed a lot of people with Sub-Zero and Johnny Cage. It was pretty awesome. I remember playing MK1 years after first playing it, and I crushed Goro without losing half a bar. It was surreal. My inner child must have been bugging out faux show.
Faux show.
And that is from Remaked for Black People.
Let's do this.
But I have a new question of the week.
Oh, yeah. It sucks.
Phone calls are not ready, Chris. Question of the week. I thought of this while Kel and I were at lunch and we started talking about going to GamesRadio.com/forums. Question 148. What's the first thing you ever ordered online? I think everyone will have a...
What brought that on?
Jesus.
Why are you writing fuck on your arm? Because we're gonna go eat pizza.
Brett.
Why are you writing fuck you, Brett?
I'm not. I'm just doing a podcast. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why would you do that on your arm?
Why is everything gotta be about you?
You wrote it on your arm!
That is impossible. Like, there's no proof of that.
There's about to be. Tyler's taking a picture of it.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
All
Just
right.
Go into your spiel. What's the question of the week? Why is this difficult?
It's not difficult. I said, so rather than play the sound effect, you're going to write it so I have to look at it all day. Yeah, I just assumed most of us would have some weird thing that was the first thing we all ordered. Although I figured anyone younger than 20 probably doesn't remember not ordering shit online.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's difficult.
So there was a time when you either had to call a number,
or like you'd order out of a magazine and just send money somewhere, and maybe you got the thing back.
You put a check into an envelope.
Uh-huh.
Or you gave them your credit card number over the phone, which sounds ridiculous.
Or you told your dad to please give his credit card number over the phone because you wanted this thing in the catalog because you got a really awesome Halloween catalog and you needed all of those.
And then I rode my pterodactyl to school.
If I don't have a fog machine, Dad, my life
no, look,
will end.
this Spider-Man comic says it has webbing that holds up to 100 pounds.
Yeah.
I think I could become a real Spider-Man.
I really do.
Chris, you're not a very good artist. I can't...
He seems to have drawn something, but it's obscured by his arm hair.
It's somebody sucking a dick, but I could be anybody.
So you
could be anybody?
I
just
can't,
like you.
It says Brett, and there's an arrow.
I know, but it's like pointing behind.
Couldn't be more clear, but you really need to keep going.
I am deviating. My jaw can't open that wide. So that's how I know it's not me.
If I could fill that in there.
So the first thing I remember ordering, like literally online, was strangely enough, someone in '97 had usedvideogames.com already.
Wow, really?
And it was this person named Fran Cooperstein and we would just email a list of
Game
like
journalists smashed together.
Yeah, we'd order. It was my friend Josh, Creative Assassin, and I, and we would just. You would email this person and be like, "Hey, what? I want these NES games," because it was after I had to sell all my NES games as a kid because I wanted to get Street Fighter 2 the day it came out. So I had to sell all my NES games to get money to buy Street Fighter 2 on Super Nintendo. But then I got to that age where I'm like, holy shit, all those NES games are like $5 and $10, and I could probably get them all again and have all the ones I never got to get as a kid. And now the collector mentality is starting to set in before it ever really knew what it was. And next thing I know, I'm just collecting games. But like, yeah, I want Rescue Rangers and City Connection and Cobra Triangle and Zelda 2 because I never really got that, and Dr. Mario, and the person would respond in all caps like, yes, we have you game. All game, good condition, you buy.
It's exactly how Anna Monoguchi gave me permission to use their song.
So I'm like, now looking back on it now, I'm like, so was it just English is like your fifth language, or was it just not wanting to care about what it looked like? All caps, we have you game.
No,
and then they would send you the games like weeks later. Then you'd write a check, send it to an address. Even then, because there was no PayPal in 1997. Like, how was I supposed to get the money to them?
Yeah.
So we write a check, mail it, and then they'd send it back. It was a box full of NES games, but there was no quality assurance. So my Rescue Rangers that I got is like the label's torn and the chip is loose. That was my first experience. But man, that fucking 3 weeks waiting for that shit I'm beside myself. I can't wait to get City Connection and play it again.
It's really good.
There weren't ROMs yet, either.
I think just the idea of waiting 3 weeks for delivery.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Well, just even ROMs, I don't think I didn't know about ROMs. I think till '98. So even the idea of playing a ROM wasn't prevalent. So it was like, no, I need the fucking physical game to play this.
I had told these stories before, but I'm going to combine them into something more interesting. And that's when I was first prescribed like Ritalin, and it wasn't really taking and keeping me up at long hours, so they gave me Ambien. And the Ritalin, it was gorgeous. I couldn't sleep, but I was dreaming all the time after 9 o'clock. So I just ordered like 20 He-Man action figures. This is when PayPal existed, so it's not that old, but like I didn't remember it. And like, if you can imagine not remembering opening a box of a bunch of men, Skeletor, Beast Man. Like, is someone sending me a message? And if they are, what is it? Will be mine.
Somebody really wanted you to have fake ore.
Yeah, and that and the stupid like showing up the 5 DVD holder Robert De Niro gold lame DVD case, because I bought the Robert De Niro Warner Brothers collection. I'm like, but I got like Rocky and Bullwinkle and Casino. Like, clearly those need a Robert De Niro case. Again, don't remember that, but it showed up at my house. It's like the cheesiest fucking thing in the world. It looks like it looks like if, let's just say, you went down to Mexico and saw an ornate car of a person who was obsessed with Robert De Niro. This is what would be on the hood. And mine is gold.
Anyone else?
The first thing I ever ordered was an opportunity to test games through America Online.
Keyword fun.
Quantum.
Yeah, and from a person whose screen name I thought was Secret Tests for You. Like, they left out the T, but then I later realized was Secretes for You. Which is gross. But I think I sent like $15 after heavy cautioning from my parents, like, don't do that. You shouldn't do that. And, they want a money order. That's because it can't be traced. It's not like a check.
But it's for the game Hurdy Squirty.
Yeah, and it's like, but I could be a game tester, and I could test new versions of games, like when there's a new Super Mario Brothers.
They said the password was scam.
Might as well have been. It must have been like 12, 13 at the time. And
that's what happened to Carolyn too. We were talking at lunch, and she said, the first thing she wanted to order was like a bunch of anime subs. And they just never fucking came, so the money just.
I ordered a bunch of shit in A Boy's Life with a sent check. Like, God, it feels so old. Like, chameleons! Buy chameleons! And I'm like, I'll take 2 fucking chameleons. Thank you very much. And I got it, and it was a recent issue. And this business is my check was sent back. This business doesn't exist. Like, a shady fake chameleon business? Is there no integrity in America?
I can't believe it.
Just the idea of like, dude, man, we're gonna start this fake business. We're gonna sell chameleons.
Yo, dude, we don't even have
chameleons.
Oh, it looks like it died in shipping or on my tire on the way home.
And then
Whoa,
of course,
you just can't see it. It's a chameleon.
there were the times I'd see on a message board somebody had something I really wanted, like a Turbo Duo with 5 games, only $200, and like, yes, fuck, I want that. There's all kinds of anime games. I'm like, yeah, give it to me. And then I don't have any money. Sorry.
Oh, did that happen to you too?
Yeah.
That happened to me once on eBay.
You just were gonna give it to me.
You think like, oh, I want to buy that. Fuck, I don't have.
There was a time
$200
when eBay wasn't. I think it still really isn't, but wasn't connected to an actual source of money. Like you just bid on trust. Like, yeah, I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
I'll get it to you.
There was that element of trust, and it's like you'd always be setting up like these weird handoffs with sellers or buyers. Like, I don't really want to get ripped off, so let's do it like this.
I bought my GameCube with like, I lost an auction. I'm like, the winner didn't pay. I'm like, man, I would have bought that shit. And he's like, what do you say, $400? Let's not go through eBay because they're going to take a percentage. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. If you're going to reduce the price, like, I'll just send you $400 right now. Does it come with NBA 07? Or, thank you. Yeah, he sent me like with like 13 games. It totally worked out, but it's something I never should have done.
Now that I think about it, it's like some of my earliest purchases were pirated shit. Like buying a copy of Thrill Kill online and like arranging this complicated deal where he'd send it to me for, with a COD. And then it never came, so I'm like, oh, yeah, it never came. He's like, oh, I'll send it again. And this time, like, not with the CODs, I never paid for it. So, he sent me, a couple burned CDs. I guess that was a huge loss for him.
I think it was like
last bootleg, Run Ronnie Run.
Yeah.
And then like buying bootlegs of like the Eltingville Club pilot and the Brat Show
that's really good.
from Adult Swim.
The Evan Dorkin pilot?
Yeah. Fantastic.
Love Elting.
I bought 2 Godzilla movies that were VHS dubs off of like a laser disc or something, and I was like, wow, what?
Oh, I
know. Wait, I was like, wait a minute. I know Space Godzilla didn't come out in the U.S. Where did this come from?
Did I say I put myself through a semester of college by selling pirated shit on eBay? Cool as Ice. The Wizard. I sold
bought that.
I made a very nice menu, and I got my friend worked at the fucking 60-story Capitol in Tallahassee. It's 20 stories. In the graphic design department, I printed out glossy covers. It looked very nice. I charged $20, $6 shipping and handling, because that's what I'm worth. I burned the DVD and insert the thing in the case, and it was just amazing money. And then eBay shut me down.
Oh.
Yeah. My Cool as Ice is still being sold there by somebody, but apparently it's not allowed to be me. Ricky Gervais specials. That was
most things aren't allowed to be you.
Spaced. I sold Spaced.
See, well done. Yeah, I definitely did like some of my initial purchases were like anime and stuff. That it's hilarious that we used to pay money to have someone send us a CD with poor quality videos on them.
Now we can watch poor quality videos online for free.
Yeah, exactly. But I think my very first online purchase was a subscription to a porn site with my mom's stolen credit card that I took and used to buy a subscription to a porn site.
Did she ever ask about it?
That statement wasn't stolen.
No.
The address is the same.
Your mom just thought, yeah, I probably did that.
I think it's one of those things where it shows up.
CC bill, that sounds like something I'd spend money on.
Yeah.
You know how like they'll put a discreet
clips that look like dicks.
If anyone knows, you know how they have a discreet company name
that's
that
true.
appears on the bill.
This MPEG comes in a brown
so she
paper
never
bag.
mentioned it explicitly, but I think she knew.
She knew, but it was more uncomfortable to like walk through your jizz stained carpet and like confront you about it.
What can I say? I was a horny kid. The internet was like there, and it was full of naked women, and I was like, well, I've seen a lot of naked women, but if I get past this whole subscription thing, I bet there are a lot more naked women over there. It turns out there wasn't. There's just like enough naked women without buying a subscription to anything.
Thinking about my behavior back then, like I'm so glad my dick totally ruled me. Like I should have been locked away.
Yeah,
and I think it's true of most young boys. Like I should have been put away.
Honestly, it's like you're a
Why
werewolf.
did you let me go outside?
It's like I was a werewolf who needed to be strapped down because my dick wanted so much.
I can't do anything right. I can't talk to people, and like I just all the time. Like it
was horrible.
Horrible person.
No,
Sorry.
You just have to learn the things that they hint at behind the members only thing. It's like it's never as interesting as you think it's going to be. They never actually fuck the elephants.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't. It's
And
a
I thought
huge
they were
rip-off.
going to.
Because elephants
just
don't.
kind of-
Elephants don't get fucked. They make love.
That's right. So they just kind of caress them, and I'm like, well, you know.
Well, this is disappointing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my God, we got to go.
Well, Diana.
Diana.
Yeah. What did you buy? Porn site, I assume.
Yeah, it was totally the girlsfuckingelephants.com. No, I think it was college textbooks. It'd be about 96.
Well, we all bought those online.
You are so
but
utilitarian.
this was before like people were buying shit online. Like I was one of the first people. It's like these are really expensive. I bet I could find a better deal.
Did you go to bigwords.com?
I don't even know. It was probably.
That's where I went.
I want to say it was like only my second semester, so it'd be like beginning of 96.
Was it Bibliomania?
I have no
I made
idea.
That up. That doesn't exist.
But it was because I was in film classes, and so a lot of the textbooks aren't really textbooks; they're just academic books.
Yes.
That it's not like a hardcover textbook like you had in school. So a lot of bookstores carry them. So I got a good deal, and I was like,
Do you resent all the film classes you took, or many of the film classes you took?
a lot of them.
You realize that it's just someone with a rudimentary knowledge of film that couldn't get in the industry in any way, and then wrote a book.
I had a year.
And
I
don't think of that with my English classes, but the film classes.
Isn't that kind of most educators?
Well, my film class, because for a year I was a cinematography major before that got stupid. And part of it was because of the fucking teachers. And one of them was just like, one of the assignments was reading his screenplay.
Had that too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your dad
Vet it for errors. Do some punch up. That's your.
Although
your weekend
to be
assignment.
fair, it was a play he'd written, and we read it in his class.
Oh.
And when we closed the last page of it, and we all had to read the lines out in class, and when we closed that book, and everyone looked up at him, you could tell he wanted a Dead Poet Society carry him out on his shoulders.
Everybody's standing up, slow pause.
We can try and describe. He was doing one of these.
It's like, and like
Two
I know you want.
fingers pointed at it over his mouth. Like, come on, just
I know you want to celebrate my work.
Do your work.
And everyone was like, yes.
That's we're adults, but still, please blow the recess
There
bell.
may or may not be an alternate universe where you're a genius.
You should write about that.
All right, let me do.
Like, what the fuck is this Richard McBeef crap? And you walk out.
Let me do phone calls.
That was obscure.
Yeah, you got it.
Jesus.
Was the script called Alabama Porch Monkey? That
Come on.
sounds like an awesome script.
Tyler, there's a phone call.
Pussy juicing me.
Is he making fun of Marcus Phoenix?
A bottle of jellyfish? A battle of jellyfish?
Wow.
Hi TalkRadar, this is RJD from Twitter and your forums. Just want to say I love your guys' work, you keep me highly entertained. So just have a quick question. What do you guys think is your game you're most looking forward to coming out to it this year? I think Arkham City would be mine because I was so impressed by Arkham Asylum. So yeah, just keep up the good work.
Mine
keep
too.
entertaining us, and,
Or Sesame
see you
Street
all
Once
later.
Upon a Monster.
What the fuck? Tyler pointed out one of the banned words.
Whoa! It's Sega.
It's fucking Sega.
Sorry, caller, but I couldn't help but point out that Sega is banned.
Holy shit!
So I have to wonder if this has been, if someone's been fibbing.
No.
Arkham City, L.A. Noire,
L.A. Noire,
Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3 is kind of an easy answer.
Minor Michaels. Diana?
What? Rockstar?
I actually, I'm interested to see L.A. Noire, but I'm a pretty shitty gamer, so I'll probably either just be sitting patiently watching Michael play it and going, ooh, no, ask him that. Ooh, no, give me that. Or I'll play it until there's something that requires any hand-eye coordination whatsoever, and go, Michael, that guy's shooting at me.
I think L.A. Noire is going to be more fun to watch and interact with than it will be. There doesn't seem to be much to play.
Well, like what we saw at PAX was like, this is a Phoenix Wright game.
A little bit.
With like a lot of dressing.
Yeah, with,
a little bit.
with cross with GTA.
I mean, there are those elements, but it's not like you run around and can select a gun. You can't draw your gun most of the time.
Well, you can if you need to. But
yeah,
you're,
but
you're
most
a cop.
Most of the time, you can't draw your gun. You can't. You can't point it at anybody. So it'll be like a scripted event when you have a gun.
Yeah.
Tyler Wild.
What?
Portal 2. Diablo. What's Valve bringing out? Hats. Got it. Brett.
Probably the Ico and Shadow collection still.
Oh, I didn't even listen to the question.
Attaboy, next phone call.
Hello, TalkRadar.
Sure.
Skyward Sword, I guess?
TalkRadar.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, I'm Iron Pan from the forums. And weird thing happened to me about, I'd say, 2 years ago.
Never thought
Not
I would
that
be writing
story,
to
but
you,
it's a weird
Penthouse.
story, and maybe you guys can debate on it sometime. So, a while back, I started
2 years ago.
noticing that I lost. Well, I didn't lose, but I was losing my interest in video games.
Sure.
The more I played them, the more annoyed I got. With all the repetitive games coming out, I find that the games industry focuses too much on the technical aspects of the game more than anything else. And I mean, that's fine because it is a technical medium. But skipping all that, recently, I haven't been playing a lot of games. I haven't been playing any games.
30
actually.
seconds.
The last game I bought was Red Dead Redemption, and I fucking hated it. I thought the soundtrack was the only good thing about it.
Oh my god.
And
the point is so sexy.
So Twisted Metal, very interesting, I thought. And what's really weird was because I always
you wrote
thought
this
that
out,
I
you'd
was
be all
interested more in
TLDR.
the story than in the technical, but that game just seems fun to me. So what is really the problem? I mean,
Wait, let me just say, it's not a problem. You just consider games part of your life. If you got to the middle of Red Dead Redemption, you like games. You can't get 15 hours into a game to hear the first song and not like games.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, he was talking about Twisted Metal, right? That the new one looked
After
really
that,
fun?
yes.
Yeah.
It does look
Pretty
really
fun.
fun.
Can you talk about that at all? Like,
I can talk about it.
Because you played the new one, right?
I did, yeah. I played like 3 arenas of it. I just haven't put up the preview yet. But no, it's a lot of fun. They introduced a lot of cool new things like Axel. They were showing off at the event this last time. And
Is he in the game or is it just his car?
So far, just his car. They're like, oh, we're not talking about the character at this point. We're just talking about the vehicle.
His car is pre-order bonus.
Maybe, I don't know.
Positive.
But it has a special weapon where like the wheels contract inward, and it just becomes like this one giant spiked monster truck wheel, and you can just roll over opponents like that. And there's a helicopter this time around called Talon that is really fun to play around with, and it has like a magnet thing where you can pick up opponents and drop them into hazards, or you can pick up allies and oh, here's a giant floating health orb, I'll just drop you under that. And there's also like a big rib called Juggernaut where you can actually like drive cars in the back like Spy Hunter style, and then those players man turrets on the top of it.
Oh, cool.
So it's pretty neat.
Cool. Sounds like this guy would like that.
It took me a couple tries before I got used to the controls because I haven't played a Twisted Metal in a long time, and so I don't remember like, oh yeah, square is accelerate, etc., etc. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy to pick up and play once you know what the controls are. But anyway, you want me to shut up now, so go on.
No, I was saying Painted Black from Twisted Metal.
Oh,
Black.
I see.
Tyler was a music bed.
That caller sounds like he isn't interested in video games very much. So
no, so you won't like it. So
find
go on.
another. Like I don't know what to say to that. Like
I
there are other hobbies. Like I
do because
You
I was
might
very
get back
bored
into
with
it.
video games the entire year of 2011, and I played a couple indie games, and then Mortal
It is
Kombat and Portal 2
2011.
came out.
It's not over.
Whatever. The majority of 2011 that's happened so far.
Okay.
Because I'm not recording this in December. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. The games that come out this week, Crysis 2 is high budget, boring. It's just a first-person shooter with a linear story. I don't care, and it's okay to like not care about that. And then Portal 2 came out, and it's fucking charming, and it's great. Mortal Kombat came out, it's something interesting and new, and something I haven't played in the last 2 years. So you'll find stuff like that. Play indie, like if you play. Not indie games, but downloadable games because they're more likely to take a chance.
Because they experiment a little more and
if it comes on a disc, they're not going to take a chance.
Yeah, and
play stacking. Stacking is a lot of fun.
There you go.
Anything Tim Schafer does is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and if it turns out that you don't care about games, then you probably are listening to the wrong podcast.
It's very hard not to care about an entire medium. Only my girlfriend.
Well, Diana can do it too.
What? Diana?
You don't really care about games.
Christians aren't a medium.
Not too much. I have, kind of limited interest, I'll admit. But there's plenty of stuff, it does interest me. I think mostly Michael's learned, that there are some things in games will interest me and some things won't. And so
Oh, what doesn't?
He won't go on and on and on about something. And go, yeah.
You mean blabbering?
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
You come home and just like all excited. Oh, Diana, this fatality.
Wait a minute, Mike.
You wouldn't
I
believe it.
stopped doing that a couple years ago.
Okay.
After like 7 years.
But what are the games
Yeah.
you can still commune over? Like you still want to hear about? You sound slightly interested by L.A. Noire.
L.A. Noire interests me, yeah.
But you probably, I know you like Mad Men, so that
Yeah,
almost
and
doesn't count.
And I love film noir. So and,
Me too. And you love film noir set in L.A.
And post-war LA, yeah. It's pretty damn interesting.
So you like Chinatown?
Chinatown, LA Confidential.
Me too. Oh, I like
Last
Confidential.
Long Goodbye, those are awesome.
Great and bizarre.
Let me think. A lot of it is, the more cinematic it is, the more I'm interested in it. BioShock I liked.
So the more
because there was lots of
like
story and stuff going on. Exactly. The more it's like a movie, the more interested I am.
I understand that.
Next phone call, I guess.
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Last RGP from the forums. Thanks for answering my question about the Nintendo DS. I'm actually really enjoying it now. But the question I had this week was regarding Resident Evil. I saw that on the last podcast we were talking about some of the upcoming releases for Resident Evil games coming out. But I was wondering, how come they've never released Resident Evil 2 or, the current generation of consoles? I thought that was a pretty landmark game. I enjoyed it at the time, but I've never heard any news about re-releasing it.
Because they released it like 4 times on the last 2 generations of
information
consoles.
on that, or if you think it's even possible. Thanks again. Bye.
Can I interpret? Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, basically, one thing, they did re-release it on Dreamcast, and then they re-released it on GameCube.
Yeah, and released it on N64.
Well, the GameCube version will play on your Wii, so that's available right now. But as for why they haven't re-released, they only remade the very first.
They didn't remake the first one, and they only remade the first one because Nintendo paid them to.
Basically,
begged them to. It's not. Well, I don't even think it's that. It's just that we could take a chance remaking a high-budget remake of an old game. As long as you're willing to foot the bill, we don't want to take that chance.
Right.
We don't want to spend
Nintendo,
a year remaking a game that no one. I think Resident Evil 2 is definitely the better game.
It absolutely is.
And,
I'm kind of surprised they haven't, because Capcom is very mindful of what has worked for them in the past.
Thing to do.
I mean, they're going to remake 4, which seems like the more financially smart thing to do, because that's a much more marketable game. 2 is still a very old style survival horror game.
That's right.
And as much as everyone loves it, please remember how not good that will age. Not the graphics, because you can improve that, but just the core mechanics.
Yeah.
They would also have to touch up all of that stuff, because they can't just make it pretty.
The tank style controls.
That control,
slow progression.
They'd have to really dig into that game. That said, I wouldn't be surprised if, HD remakes are very popular, and they tend to, I would assume, do well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Capcom did not a full remake, but just an HD remake of Resident Evil 2, 3, and Code Veronica or something.
Acceptable.
Or just 2 and 3 and put those on one disc, or even 1, 2, and 3 and put that on a disc. But
I don't know. I thought Capcom was way busier making shitty fighting games that Mortal Kombat totally owns.
Fucking broken games that nobody likes. And
Brett Elson. According to what Tyler Wilde said, this is you.
Wait. Okay.
That's you, man. That's you, bro. That's totally you, bro.
I hope you choke to death.
8 out of 10. Fuck you.
Hey, TalkRadar, this crack.
It's only great.
Forums. I was supposed to say that my life doesn't suck, and I still love TalkRadar.
Too bad.
Peace out, bitches.
Well, that would definitely be a
Too bad your life
breaker,
doesn't
according
suck.
to these stuff. I should read more emails. Last phone call. We gotta go.
Hey, what's happening? This is GM Noble from the forums, although I never post. I was just thinking, Jax has 2 mechanical arms. So does that mean, did he have 2 wives? So is he from Utah? Or did he have a wife?
He is
one
a
mechanical
polygamist.
arm, and then marry later, and have her become the other arm? I don't know. Just thinking about it.
I wonder.
Also, awesome show.
Do
Later.
the 2 arms know each other?
Oh, that is.
And is that awkward if he ever holds his own hands?
Jax actually only had one wife, but her left and right souls went into each of the arms.
Could be true. I
Because
would
we
like
all
to think
do
of his
have left
arms
and
as
right.
like
The
Eugene
Scientologist
Triple
told
Horn
me.
and Chloe
Right.
Sevigny.
Right, yeah,
And
that's a way to look
they
at it.
sometimes conflict, but they ultimately want the same goal, whatever their sports managing polygamous. I've had a big
jokes.
love. I only know 2 big loves.
So it's Bionic Commando, everyone.
Doesn't matter
Don't know what
because
we're talking about.
we're gonna go away for a second,
or a week.
Then we get back in a week.
149.
149, 150. I'm telling you right now, I don't plan on doing anything for. anything except for announcing hopefully a change. A change. Don't get scared.
I'm scared because I don't know about it.
Can you just go away from the mic when you do that?
What did I do? What did I do?
Well, I have headphones on.
You want me to do my grandfather burst? This is the right way to do it, right when you're in polite company.
Like a fucking growling dog.
God, did Tay-Zonde teach you nothing? Get away from the mic.
Chocolate shame. Some folks die and some folks do. Dr. Pepper. All right, we're just gonna leave. This the closing
Let's
song.
leave on an old meme.
The closing song is suggested by Parker Wilhelm. Speaking of old memes, but it's Victims of Science. The device has been modified. A great Gladys remix.
So good.
Yummy. All right, well, next week, I cool, right? Diana will be back.
Mm.